Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 2 of Feudal Stars, our brand new Traveller actual play. I am Pete and I'm the referee.
My name's Millie. I play Ka Haren, a free clone.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm back for the shopping episode with Kona Carl, the shopper, assistant shopper in general, apparently, by the sound of things. I was a transhuman hacker when I conceptualized the character, but now I'm the shopping slave.
It's not wrong. Hi, I'm Roger. I'm playing George Anson, the captain of our ship.
Hi, I'm Leon, and I'm playing Frankie Chatham. I'm the pilot. Looking forward to picking up our new ship.
I'm Simon. I'm playing a pirate.
Cool.
And I'm Nye. I'm playing Professor Plim, the everything. Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't think of that at the time. Plim is an actual scientific thing, but I realized it looks like Professor Plum. So, but yeah, I'm the doctor.
In the library. With the lead
doctor, vet, scientist. There we go.
Warmonger.
What? Yeah, well, I mean that's more of a side gig, you know. I'm really into my veterinary practice.
I don't know. You start one war and you're marked for life.
I know.
Right?
Oh, just the one more. Okay, excellent. Thanks, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, episode 2 of Feudal Stars. And just before we begin, we have a few things to say. So, massive thank you to Mongoose Publishing for sponsoring the show. Tonight, we will be giving away a copy of the Great Rift box set, an awesome another Sandbox campaign box set. Last week, we gave away Pirates of Drynax. This week, it's the Great Rift. This has more world building tools in it as well because it's kind of a big open area. So it's a very cool box set. Also, please don't forget to go and check out all of our social media links below in the about if you're watching on Twitch, and in the video description if you're watching on YouTube later. And if you're on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to go and check it out on YouTube at the weekend and give us a like. Also, a massive thank you to our patrons. This week past, we have initiated our Discord game, faction turn world building exercise with our patrons, who have all signed up to one of the factions in the Traveller world we are creating together. And we've started to flesh out the Duchy of Sudenica, the Irvan Sacred Realm, the Ogan Republic, and the Ukarite Combine. We know that in Sudenica, they have lovely fur hats. In Minerva are really into food imports, but don't bring any fish with you. The Ogan Republic are busy trying to build an export system throughout the area. And the Ukarite Combine are scouting for a team to take part in a trial by combat with Triglav. So there's lots going on in our Traveller universe. So
MMA
I tell you what, it's great. It's great. So thank you to our patrons for joining in the conversations, and they're still going on. So they've helped me flesh out some stuff for this evening. So loads of cool things with our patrons. So you can always come and join us on our Patreon. All of our patrons get to join in our kind of world building activities for our shows. Starting with Traveller, Millie will be doing one a bit later on in the year, and we'll be exploring that with a lot of our longer running shows. So I think Roger just put a link in the chat, so you can go and check that out there. And some of the people in chat are part of that experience, so hopefully you'll enjoy. Cool. Okay, so last time on Traveller, Leon, what happened last time on Traveller?
That's not fair. I was sat in my cockpit for most of the time. So last time on Traveller, we started at a space station, which has got, what system was it in? Let me look at my map. I've got my character sheet up. Minerva. We're at a space station in Minerva, where there's lots of missionary type people. They have a very lovely surfing type planet, and they're on their way out, heading out. We had our lab ship. We realized that the post is there's big money in the post. So we took a few passengers, took a few posts over to. We didn't go to Sulis, did we? We went to
Mictlan.
asteroid
Mictlan.
Glenn.
Mictlan. It was like asteroidy kind of base type field. I stayed on my ship, as is my wont. Some people who went looking for stuff.
I
Not
think your
me.
shopping assistant went and looked for things, didn't they?
Well,
Yes. Yes, your shopping assistant went looking for stuff.
I don't want to look inept, but we've got 12 players in this game, and I haven't quite yet got a handle on everyone's character name.
So I believe everybody else
Kona.
went down to the asteroid settlement, and there were various activities. So Jacob Parsons went with the tourists, the very friendly tourists, down to their temple they were having a service, and kind of helped them out there.
Took some selfies.
Absolutely beautiful selfies. You print them out and put them on the wall of your room. George Anson, the captain, and Professor Plim and Kona Carl went to the Traveller Aid Society lounge, which was there, to see if there was some cool data brokerage. There was someone who sort of was looking at lots of information and sort of professing the end of things. There was a huge
Plim
buffet.
raided the buffet.
Yep, the champagne and caviar buffet. And then Kona got a job on the data brokerage, if you can remember.
Yes. And we also found out about bounties.
Yes, there were bounties, were there not?
Mhm.
But of course, it's not in the journal entries because we're in
Not yet.
Foundry now.
Oh yes, we've transferred over to Foundry. However, there were bounties out on an Imperial agent, an elder statesman,
Oh, the rogue
not-
AI.
a rogue AI.
You've got one of them?
An Imperial diplomat who'd actually gone to Tothan, and there was a 60,000 credit bounty on the diplomat, and then there was a crusading journalist who had been around spreading disinformation about Minervan sacred doctrine, and they were looking for this person for questioning, polite questioning, nothing untoward. The Minervan sacred realm is a very happy place, and they're actually very nice. And if you remember, they're all wishing you wonderful journeys through the sacred realm, and you were like, yeah.
Sure.
So you refueled, and then you headed off to Tothan.
Yes, the Minervan government would like to invite this journalist to Lake Laogai. For anybody who watches Avatar,
Yes.
re-education.
And you guys have all been in jump space, for a week. And we will be beginning with you exiting jump space into the Tothan system. We're not going to you're going to assume you undocked. We had a slight technical issue at the end of the last episode, but we wrapped it up with you guys leaving. There's a power cut.
Several power
Or-
cuts.
Several power cuts at Millie's, who was awesome in producing. Because I'd had technical difficulties at the beginning of the episode. So here we go. Let's hope this one's. I'm not going to say it. Okay. So what did you all do in your week? What have you guys been training up on for your week's time in jump space? I think Simon will probably have an idea what he's training up on.
So I was training up on piloting,
Mhm.
specifically because I want to buy a fighter, and I want to be a fighter pirate, not a fighter
Fighter
pilot. I want to be a fighter pirate.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. Ben, what
I
was
studied up
Conan?
on stewarding because shopping assistant.
Hey, in the Traveller universe, a shopping assistant is very
Oh
important.
yeah, I'm thinking like personal shopper rather than
No.
Yeah.
You
No.
need to think of it as quartermaster.
Ah, there you go.
Let's be honest with us though, it's more like arms dealer, isn't it?
What?
Quartermaster.
What?
There are certain.
Yeah, with
certain
Plim around, it's like, where are my chemical weapons? No.
No, because I'll kill myself with them. I'll be
That's
like,
true,
what does
that's
this
true.
button do? Poof.
Yeah,
Oh.
no biological weaponry on the ship, Plim.
Yeah, no WMDs.
Yeah.
So Plim, what were you training up in?
I was training in admin because
Oh, yes.
I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's a useful skill to have in the back hipper, so to speak, you know?
Yep. Okay. Leon, what were you training up in?
Astrogation, because after seeing Kona's shaky figures when we left Minerva, decided that maybe I should take a bit more responsibility on the astrogation side.
Okay, maybe I
Excellent.
didn't carry the 20 properly. It's not that big a deal, all right? Yeah, it's fine.
Did it on the back of a fag packet in the airport lounge. What do you want from me?
It was a napkin, wasn't it? Roger, what's George Anson learning?
He's learning persuasion. He's trying to improve his social skills now. He's in a higher social standing.
Nice.
Okay, excellent.
I think you
And
spent a
Lily.
week trying to persuade people on the ship.
I think I was teaching. I think there was Nana.
Yeah, you were teaching, weren't you?
Yeah, Nana Ka and some either gambling or stewarding or something. I can't remember.
You were gambling.
I was gambling. That's what I was
Yeah.
doing. I was
And
teaching.
who are you gambling with?
I was gambling with some very famous people because I'm cool. I'm a cool grandma.
Okay.
I was gambling with
Is
my
it-
life.
Is it Monty and Bark Wahlberg?
Yes.
Wahlberg.
Yes, it was.
He's
I
not
think we've
called
got an
Bart
actual name.
Wahlberg.
No, I know.
he's
no,
got an
that's,
actual name
that's,
now.
his,
Well,
that's one of
but-
his screen names.
It's
That's
his-
what we
yeah,
know
it's
him
one of his
from.
stage
Ah,
names.
Yeah.
One of the famous characters he played in a series of action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's where is it written down? You sent me the
Jake
thing.
Elwood.
Jake.
We're all
That's
just
it.
going to call him Bark.
Jake. I was gambling with Jake,
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
teaching,
So you've been-
teaching them prison poker. Or, I don't know. Totally inappropriate.
That's very different style of poker.
With a knife.
Making shanks.
If you fold a card this way, you can
You
cut
can.
cut the skin. Um,
It starts with a simple toothbrush.
okay, so you all return to normal space in the Tothan system, and I think you all own the ship token on the map, so you can move it somewhere. I mean, Roger could probably, being captain, or maybe pilot. I don't know. Maybe it's up to the pilot.
I think I've just
to
done
move
it.
it.
I
Okay,
think.
cool.
Well, both are
Oh.
doing it at the same time, so we're
Someone's
swerving a
just-
little bit.
So just move the ship to Woden.
You made the foolish life error of saying that we had like executive control, so I got drunk
I
on
know.
power.
Oh,
And you
it
may
notice
auto-focuses.
that
I was like,
that-
I'm going to have to move the map now, but it doesn't. That's great. Oh, I like
All
now
that.
got
12 of
jump
us
7.
pilot at the same time. No, it's my turn to appeal the wheel. Vroom,
So
vroom.
you have arrived in the Tothan system, and as you come out into normal space, there is a fairly decent star system laid out on your sensors. Kind of pops up. You've got some data you've collected up from Miquelon docking port when you set off for Tothan. You know, they're not complete idiots. They don't leave you just completely to it. When you get the jump charts and everything, you get a bit of information on some of the systems. So you have a bit of data on Tothan. There are 2 gas giants and 2 inner worlds, and Tothan is slightly smaller than Earth as a reference point, and a bit more brown than blue. So there are large seas and oceans, but they only cover sort of half the world, not quite as much as on Earth.
Lily,
You
I
know that
we know about Karen's issues,
Mm.
but do our characters know about Karen's issues? Because if they do, then we might be able to help, or dob you in for a cash reward.
I think it's fair to say she's probably not officially on the ship registry.
Yeah.
Should we say that? They're
Yeah,
not.
she's
on-
definitely, or if she is, she's under a different name. Like,
Sure.
definitely, there is definitely no Karen on this ship.
Yeah, Wolf Barkberg.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, there's no Karen on the ship.
or
um,
anything like that.
Yeah, it's,
So I'm
it's
assuming
Ka-
we know there's
It's
something there. that-
Karen.
Karen.
There's an
yeah.
M.
K-
Yeah, there's
yeah,
an M
yeah.
instead of an N.
'Cause for
That
Ka, this
completely throws
is-
them off.
Bakar, this is home.
Yeah, this is my home
You know,
planet
so you're returning back to your home world.
for the first
and
time
obviously
in
when you
30 years.
when you come into normal space, you can't see the planet in front of you. You're a way out, and it's going to take you a few days to fly into the system. But when you come out, you do receive shortly after, a couple of light seconds or whatever later, transmission from Starport High Nexus, which is the starport above. It's actually the upper starport above Tothan. There's a low Nexus starport as well, which is kind of more of a freight tethering shipping area. And Starport High Nexus is kind of, it's got the bar, it's got the promenade, it's got all that kind of stuff going on. People can move about, and 1,000 people can be on there at the same time. There's a hotel, all that kind of stuff, and lots of ships can dock with it. Lots of smaller vessels, whereas lower
Eight
Nexus.
stations just got a little chef and a garage.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a standard transmission. This isn't like a someone talking to you. This is a data transmission, and this is saying downport is forbidden for non-Tothans. The genetic authority ensures the environmental sanctity of the planet.
Basically, like New Zealand, like when you go to New Zealand, you're not allowed to bring anything on board in.
You're not allowed to go down. So basically, it's saying non-Tothan people aren't allowed on the planet. However, everyone is very welcome at High Nexus, where there are many trade facilities, brokerage points, data links, entertainments, and facilities for travelers. Currently, there is a diplomatic convoy in system. So all weapon systems are to remain inactive, otherwise system defense boats will intercept. Scions are illegal and not allowed within the system. If you have any on board your vessel, please return to your origin point immediately. And this is kind of like a little data packet that you get, that your ship kind of with a little crappy voice kind of just like reads off to you. It's not a Tothan person on screen. They don't really do it like that. It's like, here's a data packet, understand it, we've warned you. And as you fly into the system, you can see that there are a number of starships, spacecraft in and around High Nexus docked. And there are a couple of other kind of meeting points, sort of smaller docking ports, smaller space stations sort of in orbit as well, that you can see some ships docked with. Who is good with sensors?
I'm not bad with sensors.
Okay.
Both of you go for it. This is a ship with multiple systems, so please feel free to.
Is it electronic sensors, just for clarity?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go and tell Jim to hide in the toilet while you do that then.
Roll. I think I've rolled.
Okay, yeah. So George got an effect of 0, so you just passed.
New viewers, Jim is our scion.
Yeah, yes. There is a member of the team who is slightly Scion.
Yeah. And Professor Plim, you got an effect of 2. Okay, so you're both looking at the kind of the sensor screens, the information coming to you. Plim probably a bit more for like planetary stuff and orbits and the sciencey side of things, and Anson probably looking more at ships. Both of you can see that docked at the High Nexus there is a ship, one ship from the Duchy of Sudenica, one from the Ogan Republic, one from the Minervan Sacred Realm, and one from the Ucarite Combine, and they're all docked on the High Nexus, and they are interesting collection of ships. They're not trader vessels. They seem to be military vessels, sort of maybe 1,200 tons, so kind of kitted out with a kind of frigate situation rather than a kind of capital
Cruiser.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a small mid to medium sized
So
ship.
they're frigates or destroyers.
Something like that. But either way, they'll have a good complement of weapons, and crew, and no doubt the starport has got visitors. For the rest of you, this is probably the first time you've seen a Duchy of Sudenica ship if you're not from the Duchy of Sudenica. This is coming. This is they're everyone's heard the rumors that the nearby Duke of the Third Imperium is looking to explore this area and make trade deals or otherwise. And this ship, which is called the Pride of Sigyn, the ident tells you, is docked at Starport. So you've got a couple of days before you're going to get anywhere close to this starport as you're flying in from the outer system. So you can spend a couple of days getting ready, preparing yourselves, doing any more training that you wish to do. Otherwise, we'll fast forward as we used to do in Elite Frontier.
Can we hail the starport?
You can hail the starport. Yes, you can. Who are you trying? Are you trying to get the
I'm
person that
basic-
you're dealing with, or
Yeah, I'm trying to get hold of the person who
Okay.
we're picking the ship up from, basically.
Yep. So that is the shipyard for foreman Ril Marad
Yeah, him.
of the Marad genome.
It's painful with them.
A slightly dark-skinned man appears on the screen. There is a time delay. It's not much. It's got a kind of Persian look to him, and he waits. He's kind of waiting because obviously you're going to send a message. Obviously
Okay.
used to time delayed conversations.
We are letting you know we have arrived in system in order to collect our vessel. We wish to transport some of our materials from aboard our current vessel to the new one. Is there somewhere we can send a ship's boat to deliver material?
There's a slight pause. Captain Anson, it's great to hear from you. The Explorer 1 is currently finishing the end of its shakedown cruise round the second gas giant, and we'll be back in a few days. We're just making sure all of the bolts are firmly fixed and all the systems are working correctly for you before we hand over the vessel. So please feel free to dock at High Nexus, and I can show you around and even show you the shipyard if you wish to see where we put it together.
Okay, so again, pause. This all comes through to me.
Yep.
That sounds splendid. I would love a tour of the shipyards. With regards to the transfer of material from our vessel to our new vessel, is that possible without having to take armaments through the station, as we wish to respect your laws?
Excellent to hear that you are abiding by Tothan law. This is fantastic. Remember, we can't have any of your crew going down to the planet. However, we have sufficient biosystems here to scrub all of our station crew of any contaminating matter. Yes, transference of materials from your ship to your new ship, from my new ship to your new ship, will be possible by shuttle, ship's boat, however you wish to do that. We can even help with some of our worker tugs that are in and around the station if you so need. It looks like he's about to say something and then he stops.
Okay. Excellent. I look forward to meeting you in person. We are due to dock in. I will give an ETA as to however long we're supposed to be.
Yep. Okay.
Anson out.
I assume that's like on the bridge and everyone's kind of
Yeah.
there.
It's very public.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're all there together,
No. No.
Oh, you're not. Oh no. Yeah. Sorry.
No. I'm
Karen's.
somewhere else where
Karen's not
there's
there.
no cameras. Thanks.
Well, I'm assuming the camera only looks at a narrow area and doesn't show them our whole bridge.
Yeah. Karen's
just
on the
checking.
other side going.
Well, that's what the pause was. He looked around the ship and was like, "Oh, don't comment on it. It looks disgusting, but don't comment on it. Don't comment on it."
Is that snot on the wall?
Could you give it a good scrub before you hand it over, please?
Wait, have you got any disinfectant?
No.
If
Everyone we on everything.
no, I don't. No, clean it. Clean. It as we're kind of getting into system, are we going to be able to pick up like entertainment broadcasts, news broadcasts, that kind of thing?
There's all that kind of stuff. So there's there's news shows, there's entertainment stuff, there's kind of weird documentaries on the Genetic Authority.
Yeah, Karen's 30 years behind on Gene Enders.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But also, so what I want is I want to try and collar Kona. Carl is probably going to be the most tech savvy of folk on the ship, right? Or so I'm going to
Computer-wise, yeah.
I'm going to collar
Possibly.
them at some point and be like, I'm not up to date with everything and what you can do with, and I'll gesture at modern technology because I've been in prison for 12 years and they don't give you the latest shit. Have I mentioned I've been in prison? I might have.
I'm assuming we know, given you're on
Yeah.
the
well,
results now.
Yeah.
I feel like Card's the kind of person that like. Oh, can you pass the salt, please? I was in prison for 12 years.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah,
We didn't have
There's
salt in prison.
We didn't have salt in prison. I had to do 12 months of hard labor just for a portion of salt. It was horrible. But yeah,
It was for your ice cream.
no, don't get ice cream in prison. Not unless you've. Yeah. Anyway, with these broadcasts, I don't know what you can do. Can you perhaps run? Can you count the number of different people? The different faces, like a facial recognition.
Oh, I see.
Could
Do you mean because of their genetic purity cloning thing?
Well, I just want to see, like, how many different faces there might be, how many unique faces you might pick up in one, and I'll, one of these a couple of hours of broadcast. Could you do that? Can you do that?
I can run an algorithm.
Yeah, that would be.
Let me
Algorithms are
write
nice.
something and run. If I run an algorithm and run a diagnostic program through the comms array, I should be able to pick out a decent number for you.
Yeah, that would be comforting. That would be good. Yeah.
And this just in, on Tothan Central, some stuff happened on our planet, but we're not going to tell you anything about it. Now for the weather. Some weather has happened, but we're not going to tell you about it.
It's not for you, just for us. Our weather.
So yeah, I shall pull out my little computer. You're not upset by cybernetics or anything, are you?
Oh no. We didn't need that kind of stuff when I was younger, but you don't have the breeding for it, so I guess you need every help you can get.
Click.
Yeah.
Wow.
Click.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tappy tap, tap, tappy tap, tap, tap. And I shall write a scanning program that will run through every moment of captured screen time we've got from Tothan since we got in range.
You got an effective 3.
I did.
Okay, cool. So how long are you going to do this for? Like the 3 days you're flying in to like
I won't
scan
be
a few
patient
channels
enough
and
for
No,
3 days.
I'll run
Alright.
it for however many days we've got information for, and I'll try and run it over the course of a couple of hours.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So you using your kind of little historic stuff you've picked up and whatever the computer's kind of
Yeah,
stored
basically
in.
it's facial recognition software, and if they've got a limited number of faces, it should be really easy to tabulate a specific number of facial types.
You scan through a whole set of broadcasts, historic ones.
Can I use one of those points of
Current
effect
ones.
to have a subroutine that collates pictures of Karen as well?
Yeah, you you don't find any pictures of Karen. Oh, here you go. A re-roll for Frankie. So have a second chance at piloting the new ship. There you go. You don't find any pictures of Karen. You go into some current affairs shows, and you kind of get ones where there's lots of people in the background, bystanders, and like, hey, we're in this factory showing you how it works,
Yeah.
kind of
Sporting
thing, and
events,
all that kind of
factories,
stuff.
chat shows.
And you, with that
Telephone
effect,
today
is
is
pretty
recorded
good.
before a live studio audience.
You pick up 99 different faces. Okay, while that's going on, what are the others doing? So, Jacob Parsons, what are you doing as you're heading into the system on your way to High Nexus?
So I'm going to check out what passengers may be available for
Oh, okay.
for the next leg of our
jaunt.
journey.
Because how many have you got right now, Fighter Pirate?
Oh, you can ask me to find the bit of paper.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Let's do some rolls for passengers for now.
Okay.
Here we go. And everyone's going to get to join in. So,
Do we even know where we're going after this?
well, no, this will tell you where the passengers are going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can have a think about where you want to go.
Awesome.
Because I make a little extra sub game where we roll for each cluster of passengers and say, they're going to Tvastar or Gerzil. Why would you go to Gerzil? Blimey, it's an amber
I'm
zone.
not going to Gerzil.
I think we should get the captain at some point to record our little advert for. Are you going to so and so? We have a beautiful ship.
Are you heading into an amber zone and need a ship that can cover your ass?
Do you have a
And-
post?
And then, and
Do you
then,
have post?
and then it cuts. It's like, oh, geez. Well, hopefully we can get some more of those suckers to come on. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's the thing's still recording?
Still
No,
recording.
don't send
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Is this live?
You got mail, we got ship.
And guns.
Okay,
And
so
guns.
let's have a broker, carouse, or streetwise check first, please, then, Jacob Parsons.
Okay. Let's go.
Unless you want someone else to do that who's not Karen or Kona Carl, because they're
I know I can do that.
okay, cool.
I can do that. Normal.
Yep, just straight up.
Straight up.
The effect adds on to your passenger roll. Unfortunately,
Just gone.
an effect of 0.
Nobody is going anywhere. They just want to stay on the ship
No.
forever.
That just
Aw.
means your kind of checking through systems doesn't really make much difference. You don't find any hidden ones, or people
Yeah,
who've gone into
you
kind of
don't get a bonus
classified
to it.
areas, or
Okay.
there's no bonus.
So where do you want to go off? Oh, I just want to stay here. Well, you have to go somewhere. No,
Get off the ship.
Get off.
the
We're
tow
giving
thing
it to
gets
someone
it.
else. Get off the ship. We're leaving.
Yeah, that's okay because we still. It just means that we'll still find people.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a starport B, so that's +1. There's no bonus for population. It's not an amber zone, so we're just on a +1, and you need to roll once for low, basic, middle, and high.
Who's
So-
rolling?
So who's going to roll? I think we should have. I think Jacob Parsons should roll for low, definitely.
Okay.
Leon should roll for basic. Nye should roll for
It's
middle.
in Frankie's face. Nothing but basic.
Yeah, babe.
Okay.
And George Jansen should roll for high.
What are we rolling? Just a 2d6?
We're rolling 2d6. And so
Okay. Someone tell me how to roll.
/roll space 2d6.
it's typed the same as roll 20. It's fine.
Okay. /roll
3. That's
space
a pretty poor roll.
2d6. Okay. So I got 8.
8. You got 8. So that is 3D of passengers. And bear with me. Leon, what did you get?
I rolled 3.
3. 3. Well, we got a +1. So that's fine. And so that's 4, so that's 2D of basic.
Ooh, when we roll, it comes up as our ship rolling.
Yeah, it
Yes,
wasn't
it
coming
does.
up as-
It's fine though because we can keep track.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Nye, what did you roll?
I got a 3 as well for
Got
medium.
a 3 as well. So again, 2D. And Roger, what did you get?
Hang on. I'm pretty.
5.
Yeah,
I
you got
thought
a
I rolled
5.
3. Oh,
Got a
okay.
No,
5.
no, you got a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a 5.
I rolled second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
5.
that's cool. 5. There's a +1 for that, but -4 because it's high passengers. So -3 says a 2, so you get 1D of high passengers. Right. So what we'll do is we'll do this one at a time so we can see who's rolling it. So Simon, roll 3D6. This is one of the mini games inside Traveller, and for some of our future systems, I'll generate some of this off screen. But
It
just
doesn't
for
show
like
you, does it? It doesn't show you the 3 dice.
It doesn't, but it's fine.
you can,
We'll
I think
just
you
work
can
around it.
hover over it.
If you click on it, it'll drop
Click on
down, and you rolled a 1, a 4, and a 2.
All right,
There
because
we
that's
go.
what we needed,
Right.
wasn't it?
That's what we
needed
need.
the
we
1,
need the
4,
we
and
need the
2.
clusters. So
Ooh,
1,
creeping into
4,
Rimmer territory there.
Okay, a 1 and a 4 and a 2, and I got a 5 and a 6. Okay, Leon, let's roll 2d6.
Oh, you also got
2 and a
7.
5.
2
Wow.
and a 5.
Okay, and then we've got 9. Let's roll 2d6.
Okay,
So yeah, there's
just
lots of these little sub games in Traveller that allow you to kind of randomly generate what's going on in the world as you kind of get there, which is really good fun. It helps kind of like just kind of create the idea of this world going on without you having to do anything, which is
There we go.
handy.
I got 2 and a 4.
Okay, and then Roger 1d6.
4.
4, not bad. Okay, right. So we need to roll some dice to see where these people are going. 1 is straight up, 2 is Gerzel, 3 is Ogun, 4 is Tvastar, 5 is Miklin, and 6 is Kubiko.
Ooh.
1 is Achiuta. Okay, so Simon, roll 3d6 again. Randomness of life, Onomichi. Yes, indeed. And hello, Onomichi. Thank you for joining us again. What did you get?
Let's see. 1, 1, and 3.
1, 1, and 3. So, Achiuta. Yuta. 3 is Ogun. Okay. Right.
I want to go
Leon,
there. It's rubbish.
2d6. I don't want to go.
Don't go there.
The seat of the Republic.
You say Ogun's rubbish?
Fight me.
Burn.
Ship scrap.
Not the Empire, just,
Did we get
you know,
Leon?
the planet.
2d6.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were waiting.
It's
for
all right.
Ben.
No, don't worry.
I was still sat. I'm from Ogun, so I was put out.
You guys are from all over, aren't you?
I'm from colour.
So I got a 2 and a 4.
Oh, so there's 2 people going to Gerzel and 2 people going to Tvastar. Right, Nye, let's have
Okey-doke.
2d6 from you, please.
No problem. Oh, that's a 5 and a 6. There we go. I got a 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1. Okay, so Ogun and Achiuta. Very good question about the amber zone. It does, if you're in the amber zone, you get a penalty to the number of passengers. No, a bonus to the number of passengers leaving because they want to get out. But not when that's the destination. They're just crazy people who want to go and check out a war. Right,
The only trouble
Roger.
I've got with Tavastar
1d6.
is that I've currently got Vic Reeves singing "The Night We Went to Bangor," only it's the night we went to Tavastar in the club singing style.
Yeah, of course.
The
Okay,
traditional
right.
style of Tavastar, isn't it?
It is. So Simon, Jacob Parsons checks out the boards, seeing who's coming and going, what's happening with all the different, trade lanes and various other things. There are, for low passengers, there are 5 people going to Achyuta.
Yeah.
And 2 going to Ogun. Achyuta is 2 parsecs away, so that's more money. Ogun is a very well-travelled trade route, so very easy. Of basic passengers, there are 2 going to Gurzil and 5 going to Tvastar. Of middle passengers, there are 2 going to Ogun and 4 going to Achyuta. Technology world. And of high passengers, there are 4 going to Gurzil. Interesting. So far, you don't have much information on them. This is just kind of like they're saying where they want to go and what they want. What kind of role did you make? Was it a streetwise or a broker role?
Streetwise.
Streetwise. Okay. You also find out that there is a local merchant with a cargo who seeks a ship. So what I need you to do is roll a D66.
Okay.
So roll 2d6.
Yeah, and we'll just take them side by side. Absolutely, Onimuchi. They're
Why
going
was it
hunting.
crap? 26.
26. Okay. So there is a merchant who has a shipment of biochemicals.
Yeah.
That he is looking to take to roll a d6.
If it's going to Gurz, I'm going to be very suspicious.
Yeah, merchant is sus.
Roll a 3. Going to Ogun. There's someone he hasn't got his own ship. He's got a trade. He's saying, look, I've got a buyer on Ogun.
So
I need someone to help me get there.
How much biochemicals has he got?
So roll 1d.
Biochemicals could be anything. Could be life-saving plasma for a hospital.
It could be some sort of washing up liquid.
Exactly.
But if it was that, people tend to say
5.
it's life-saving plasma for a hospital.
Yeah. He's got 25 tons of biochemicals that he needs to transfer. And he's willing to pay 50,000 credits for someone to take them.
Oh, we're going to Ogun, aren't we?
Maybe. We'll see. What about the post? How do we know where that's going?
Well, you'll make a roll. We'll see how many containers there are, and then we'll roll for.
I love our captain post. We have to get the post.
To be honest,
Hey,
Should we do that on the
No,
way
no,
out?
no.
Let's do that. Should we do that on the
makes
way out? Let's see
more
what happens when you
than anything else.
get
Not
there.
rain, nor sleet, nor glum of space.
It's great.
Brilliant.
Postman George,
Okay.
Postman George,
So-
Postman George, and his spaceship, of course.
That takes Jacob a little while. There's a bit of communication, waiting for information to come through and all that kind of stuff. So that's you busy. Frankie, what are you up to as you're cruising in to the system?
I spotted a Ogun ship. Well, I say spotted. It's just there on the scanners, I guess, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can I check any news for what they're all doing here to steal these 4 ships?
Okay.
Just curious.
Yeah. So you're gonna listen out check through the news and see if there's anything going on.
Yeah.
There is a show with a reporter who looks a bit like the chap that the captain spoke to earlier on.
Tothan's weird.
And you don't catch his name. You kind of come into the show kind of halfway through. It seems to be reporting on the activity going on aboard Starport High Nexus. And there are delegates from all 4 groups have arrived for in neutral territory here on Tothan to begin trade and diplomacy meetings and talks. The Duke of Sudanica has sent the Pride of Sigyn a renowned warship amongst his fleet, one that has engaged in many tours of anti-piracy maneuvers through his territory, and called the Pride of Sigyn for a reason. It's a well-decorated vessel, and the captain of that ship, bear with me, what the patrons told me the name of the captain was.
How good is the captain's hat?
Captain McCaptain Face. Oh, no.
Captain Misha Jindarov, I believe a distant relative of the Duke, has been charge of that vessel for some time now.
That's
They
what I
have
do on
arrived.
forms.
They have arrived. They have arrived
fantastic, Ben.
to lead these conversations in the Duke's stead. The Ogan Republic have sent the ORSS Vanguard, crewed by the efficient team from Captain Atticus Hark's tutelage and training. We know very well the Vanguard in this system, and we've seen its gleaming hull cruising through our system many times before. The lesser known Tuhunga is captained by Captain Jacobs out of the MSR, and they've arrived as the delegation there. And finally, although we've had to place a waste tax on the vessel already, the Fuong Morris Incorporated Opportunity, out of I believe originally the shipyards on Anatos in the Ucarite Combine, Captain Willis has arrived to conduct corporate negotiations, I believe, at the first meeting, and then they sort of kind of rattle on about, well, they're in this place and there's this going on, and what do you think? And there's a few kind of talking heads of lots of kind of some Totem people and then some other people who are kind of milling about in High Nexus.
This is really good for us, Captain.
Is it?
Yeah, if they've got all of these top-end people all milling around the station, all having swanky parties and ambassadors' dues and all that kind of thing, you can guarantee that every single one of these bastards has brought with him someone that knows how to find things out and get things done on the down low, and they're all going to be milling around looking for things to do as well.
So what you're saying is we should crash the party?
Well, no, I shouldn't crash the party. You should crash the party. Or maybe get an
Underhanded
invite.
dealings isn't really my thing.
No, it doesn't have to be underhanded. That's what I'm saying. You go to the party and mingle and make nice and shake hands and all of that, and leave it to the rest of us to.
I'm assuming I
George,
could bring retainers.
George, you've heard of Captain Misha Jindarov?
Is that the Duchy of Sudenica captain?
They are highly decorated and renowned as a war veteran. It's quite a military figure to be sending for such diplomatic talks. Although, you know that the Duke has probably sent some of his diplomatic advisory council to serve with them.
Have I ever met him?
No.
Okay.
No, just heard of. And on a lighter note, someone shipping scourges in unlicensed cages has let loose a flock of 12 of them into the station, and the camera kind of pans, and you can see these large kind of leathery winged bat style creatures kind of flapping around the interior of the station. We'll keep an eye on this situation. It seems quite they look quite nasty, those little things. I believe given a piece of paper or something on a little pad. It seems that some of the nobles of the Sudenica ship forming a hunting party. I'll see what I can find out, and I'll report back to you later. And then the show kind of ends.
You've got to check out this newscast. There's you like animals. These people are freaking out on this station. It's really brilliant.
But I caught the end bit where they said they're going to form a hunting party. Oh, now I feel depressed. I'm already
have you
a
got
bit sad.
what sciencey things or animal things have you got?
Well, here's the weird thing, and I don't know if this is the Femtory or this is Traveler, but it keeps saying the animal is strength.
You can change it.
Change
You
it.
can
Can
change
I?
it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to education because I'm kind of sitting there like
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
absolutely.
I have yes, I'm decked out. I have animal veterinary, and then I've got science biology and science xenology. So there we
Let's
go.
have science xenology, because when you hear this word
Cool.
scourge, it's kind of pricks your ears up.
Well, there we go then. I got
I've clicked the
effect
wrong.
4.
Ah, okay.
12 effect 4.
Okay. So these, you've heard this name before, and they're kind of a vicious scavengery type flying creature. So they are sharp taloned things that kind of go after small prey, and they are from they soar on kind of rising air currents. So they kind of prosper in dense atmosphere, low gravity worlds where they can
Okay.
kind of keep themselves going for a long time. And there's one of these animals that people have seemed to kind of somehow got on board, and someone's gone, I'll take them to a zoo, and then some have got out. So they kind of pop up every now and then on different worlds, which is why they're called scourge. You know,
Okay.
they're
yeah.
kind of, they're an annoying, vicious kind of bat-like, but a bit bigger. So
Okay.
you know, they've got savage
Interesting.
claws, and they are predatory animals.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for the subscribing, Randall Thor 1966.
And this is happening on the
The Starport High
the
Nexus,
starport.
where
Okay.
you're going to dock. Someone
Well
has
then.
been transporting them, and some have got loose on board the station.
I shall begin my planning.
Okay, right. So you're all kind of cruising into the system, and Frankie, you are now just like half an hour away from docking, and you can see on the edge of the system a ship appear on your sensors, and this ship is probably just under 1,000 tons. So sort of 4 times the mass of, I think 4 times the mass of your vessel. Let's quickly check that. Twice the mass of your vessel, sorry, because you're in a lab ship, but in a standard configuration. So it has a elongated hull with 2 back thruster pods. It has a rear docking port, a bridge at the front, and you can't quite tell anything more than that at the moment. But this fits the specifications that you've been given for the Explorer 1. You know, this is a new ship that the Tothan are looking to, alongside Celestial Investments Corporation on the planet, they are looking to charter people to go out, because the Tothan people don't like to go out off-world. They don't like people to come onto their planet. So what they want to start doing, you think, is to hire people to do some exploration for them and some meet and greets and some talks, or just buy a ship and pay it off with a high interest rate. So they're up for that kind of thing. And
Captain.
sorry, go.
Captain, I think our ship's just come on the sensors.
Oh, fantastic. I'll see if I can get a good reading.
There's a guy
Right.
sitting in the thing. The
Can I try
sensor
and
goes,
scan it?
piece of shit.
Yeah, go
Smoke
for it.
pouring
Go
out the
for it.
back of it.
Don't forget the lens flare.
Oh yeah, there's off the gleaming hull as it comes
Yeah.
around the side of a blue gas giant. It's a beautiful moment on your sensors as you
Yeah.
kind of capture.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
and it's got a hole in it. No.
yeah, that's a small import fire. Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, you pick it
Exhaust
up and
fire.
you get the
Yeah, I'm not
ident.
doing anything hostile. It's
No.
literally just-
No, this is kind of passive scans, just checking the information that's coming in, and you can see that it's it looks like a sound vessel. It does have some weapon mountings that you can see. You know that it has more than you can see on your sensors. And it seems to be coming in at a decent thrust, nothing too powerful, but it's heading into the system. And as you're scanning it, you pick up behind it and just beyond the gas giant a ship come out of jump space from the Gerzil side of the system and kind of sit there, even kind of drifting as it kind of slides out of jump space.
Does it look damaged from the sensor readings, or
You can't tell. That is kind of further away. You'd need to active scan it to like be able to tell. The magnetosphere of the gas giant is kind of interfering with your sensors.
is that a normal jump point, or is that?
That is a regular. That would be kind of a fairly regular jump point from that direction. And from what you've seen already from Jacob Parsons' research, people go there. Some people must be coming back, but this ship normally, as soon as you come out of jump space, you get under thrust because you want to get into the system. But this ship is just kind of sitting there,
Can I
very
try and-
low energy.
Can I
reading.
active scan it?
Go for it. You can anyone who's on the bridge can see this on this. It's
Yeah,
kind of like comes up
I'll-
on the display.
I'll relay my findings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like a free trader. So a small 200-ton vessel, very low power signature. It's, from what you can see on your scanners, it seems to be damaged in some way. Maybe its M drive is damaged,
Can we
but its
try and
J
hail
drive isn't. Oh, you can try and hail them. There's going to be a delay in communication.
Yeah,
Ben, it's not xenomorphs.
them? I'm going to hail
That's
them.
exactly what a GM who put xenomorphs on a shuttle would say.
It's secretly an alien game.
Oh God, Captain, I know it's the right thing to do. I just, when you bring attention on yourself through doing good deeds and everything goes really badly because of it. Like,
No, it's not something I'm familiar with.
At least
Just-
check
yeah.
in with Tothan Command first, Captain, and see what they want you to do, rather than just going out there on a rescue mission half
Oh,
cocked.
no,
We-
I was
we could
just
just-
going to talk to them.
we could just ignore that sensor reading and carry on and get a nice shiny ship, pick up more post. We like post. You like post. We could go and then we could carry on our merry way, and just,
I'm not saying we should go help them because we want to
The-
go get our ship, but
The
I just wanna see
ident
if we need-
says that it is a Duchy of Sudenica vessel called the Navarin.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
well,
not
I'm
gonna let it go.
hailing them.
There was no response.
Okay, I'll hail the station.
Yeah, you're very close now, so there's no delay. Greetings. Yes, this is Starport High Nexus Traffic Control. How can I help you?
A Duchy of Sudenica vessel appears to have just appeared out of jump space, but appears to lack any propulsion, and they're not
Thank you.
responding
Yes,
to hails.
we have detected this on our primary sensor cluster, and we are just scanning the vessel. I suggest you maintain your approach vector to the station, to docking prong 17, and we will conduct any required survey and salvage. The word salvage triggers in your mind.
And then in the background, you hear, Sir, we have to let the hyper cannons into fire. We'll be able to destroy the vessel in no time. It's like,
Okay.
what was that in the back? Nothing. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll cut the
It's a
communications.
flashback. Sorry.
So, how far away from us is that ship?
4 days.
I think we should send a salvage team, not in our main ship, just in one of the small ones.
In one of your boats
In one of the ship's
or the
boats.
yacht.
Or the yacht.
What's got a
either.
better thrust? Because actually, if it's got a higher
No
thrust,
idea.
then it will take less time. Well, I'm kind of asking myself that question. So your lab ship is thrust 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's have a look and see if
It's like a Fiat
What?
Punto, really, isn't it?
a ship's boat is thrust 5.
Okay.
So it would take like a lot less time to get out there. So it's 4 days for you. It'd probably be like a day and a half for a ship's boat to get there. But a ship's boat out on its own that far is quite vulnerable. Let's put it that way.
Is this a dangerous?
If you had a
part of
fighter
space?
craft, then maybe that might work.
Nearly.
A yacht, no, a yacht is like a pleasure cruise. It's like thrust 1, jump 1. It's just like for the marquee to like get drunk in space.
You can't even
So
go
you
anywhere.
send the ship's boat and you
It's true.
strap Dan to the front of it.
Well, I was.
In his
Um,
armor.
I would ask for
Monty.
volunteers if anyone wanted to volunteer to go and check on them and potentially salvage anything.
I'm really
well,
not sure about
That can be done.
salvaging a Sudanica ship when there's the flagship like parked right there.
Yeah, they might have a bit of a problem with that.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, but there's salvage, and then there's nobly gesturing a return of their property, isn't there?
Yeah, but you'll probably get halfway there and then some ship will fly past you because it's a Sudanica ship on its way.
More likely, you know that this system, they have system defense boats, which are ships that don't have jump drives, but they have higher thrust drives, so that they can protect the system. To they're basically police.
So they'd
ships.
likely get there before us.
Yeah.
Possibly, if they were bothered.
It's your call, Captain. Steer away.
You could always radio them back and offer. And if they say no,
If so,
Offered.
I'd want volunteers. I wouldn't order anyone to do such a thing.
And if they say no, you go, what's that? You're breaking up.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we can't hear you.
Parp in
No.
chat makes a very good point. Have you got any passengers?
We
So,
have passengers. Yeah.
How many passengers do you have at the moment?
I'm assuming there's something we could ask for volunteers and then take that onto crew comms later.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that.
We could
Because
drop off the passengers first.
well, the main ship would continue to docking.
However, I think the crew have pointed out a good point that there's an in-system authority that probably has the capability of getting there first, and also a Duchy of Sudanica warship that
Okay.
might have a fairly
at
good thrust.
least ask.
We
I
land,
will comm the Duchy of Sudanica vessel.
we land the ship
You-
and there's just a bright light in the background. Like, what's that?
Can we go
Oh.
salvage one of your ships,
You
please?
notice on your sensors that the Explorer 1 has turned around and is going towards the ship on the edge of the system.
Ross,
That's harsh. What are they doing? How long would it take our new ship to get there?
They're very close because they're like out there. It's going to take. Remember, it's going
okay.
to take them a couple more days to get in, but they're quite close, so they can probably scan and check it out.
Oh, so they'd
safely
beat
and
us there
easily.
anyway.
Oh, they're like 2 days ahead of you.
we
Oh,
haven't
then,
put the
yeah.
deposit down yet, so if they break it, it's still theirs.
They're jeering at us at light speed.
Oh, yes.
It's like the next day we see them going, hey.
We'll
It's
ignore
like,
that then.
"Ah."
If we can't even get there first, there's no point. No one wants the second pickings.
True. Old Uncle Mojo, but think of James Holden. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Okay, right. So you're going to dock?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, right. So you bring the ship in. Frankie, let's have a pilot roll.
Although, can I hail the Duchy of Sudenica vessel?
You can.
I'm basically trying to establish if they're aware that this has happened.
They don't respond to you.
Which side of the Sudenica vessel are we docking on?
They're a bit further round.
Oh, no, I
to your
meant
The
left.
gun side.
I meant the one docked, not the stranded
Yeah,
one.
no, I know. They don't respond to you.
That's both sides. Though,
But are they
exactly.
further round to the left or further round to the right?
Further round to the left.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say, it's like just.
Well, I was hoping to pass the duchy on the left-hand side.
First off, let us applaud Frankie for his fucking awesome piloting
Oh,
skill.
jeez! Look at that. You kept quiet about that one, Frankie.
Yeah,
I'm
just
a
sitting
big
there
pilot.
blindfolded, like this is
Okay,
easy.
so
yeah.
as you
Wow.
fly in, you're a bit sick and tired of all these Tothans with their superior attitude, and the dissing of the Ogham Republic earlier on, and you put the ship through a full rotation as you come in to perfectly dock with the rotation ending on the docking port, and you're not sure, but you think in the traffic control offices, which you can see the windows of, you think there's someone standing there clapping in the window. You're not sure.
And then their superior comes in. They're like, oh, yeah,
I'm just-
yeah,
I'm
fuck
just-
that
Absolutely.
guy. Yeah,
yeah.
Good job, Mr. Chatham.
No worries, Captain. Oh,
You get commed from Monty down below. It's like the passengers are quite ready to. They've all got their gear ready. They've all been waiting for the last 6 hours down by the airlock here. Are you sending Parsons down to sort them out?
I will go down and sort them out.
Yes.
Okay.
cool. Oh, do we send a hail out to like the local post authority or something to so they
I
come
think we do that
pick
when
everything up?
after.
When you got your new ship,
Yeah.
we'll worry about that.
I mean, for them to take off what we've got
when,
on
when,
board
if,
now.
what? Okay.
Wait, did you say if we get a new ship?
I'd like to say goodbye
Parsons.
to my ship.
Yep.
at some
Oh,
point.
okay, Plim. Don't worry. We'll do that in a minute. We will
Yeah,
do that in a minute.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. Parsons, you
You
go
can
down
walk
to
the silent, empty corridors,
Yeah.
crying.
You go down to the loading area, where the passengers can get out through the thing. You've docked the ship, and they're all kind of gathered there. And there's
Everyone wants a
if you're-
selfie with a pirate.
they all want a selfie with the pirate, apart from the grumpy guy. Do you remember the guy that you saw who had a strange look about him, like a soldier, like a I've been through some shit look? Make an intellect roll, please.
Okay. So there's a little dice. Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Wow, this is insane. This is actually insane.
He doesn't have all his luggage
I read
with him.
his mind.
He doesn't have all his luggage with him, but he wants to leave.
That's never good, in my experience.
Doesn't have all his luggage.
No one else is there. He had 2 carry-ons.
Oh, did he?
One is not with him.
Okay. Should we just shoot him?
Jesus!
Well, that
ticket.
escalated quickly.
Well, I just like the idea that he's
Wow.
like, that's why he's so grumpy. He's like, well, I know I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Oh, I'm going to get off here. I know I'm going to remember it. It's like, yeah, you've forgotten your carry-on. He's going to go, ah, thank you. Oh, it makes my
Maybe.
day."
You
No, I
might have
just killed
Simon
him.
on your crew if.
He didn't say he was going to kill him, just said he was going to shoot him.
Yeah.
It's a
so
distinction
he's-
that
so
might
all the
ruin
other
our
crew have left?
reputation either way.
Is that right?
No,
All
no,
the other
no.
crew have left? Everyone else
No,
has left?
we're on-
Monty's
we're on board.
Monty's sort of lingering around somewhere else. The crew are all around. You've just gone down to see the passengers off.
All right. No, he's the last passenger. Is he the last passenger?
You can make it so that he's the last passenger.
I'll make
off
it
if
the
you
last
want.
passenger. And then
Okay.
I'll
Selfie.
selfie. Aren't you missing something? Like some of your luggage?
He gives you a look. No,
Okay.
I'm fine.
I'll pull my stunner. That's not an acceptable answer.
Wow.
Where's the
Whoa.
where is the rest of your where's the rest of your luggage?
Whoa. Hang on there.
I'm giving him that really tink. As I smile, you get this little star glint off my teeth.
Have you got a little gold pirate tooth with a
Oh,
skull and
I'm
crossbones on
I'm
it.
gonna
that you-
add that to my.
Night, night,
notes
Wesley.
right
Sleep
now.
well.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe I'll kill you in the morning. Okay, so are you going to try and influence him somehow to?
Oh, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah. What have you got?
Yeah.
Are you going for a persuade, or are you going for a?
We'll just go persuade.
Okay. Okay. He steps back from you and
Okay.
he says, I look, man, you know, we've all got a job to do. And I was, they paid me really well. And I just had to leave it on board.
And where is it?
It's my room.
Okay, I just shot him with my stunner.
And you
On a
shot him quite well.
15.
Yeah. Wow. That's gonna
Effective
hurt.
7.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Okay. You know what? He's like, you completely gazump him. And he's just like, "Ugh."
Leave on the floor.
I
Paul's-
think you hit him in the pods with a roll like that.
He is completely stunned.
Can I get
falls
security
back-
down here?
As someone in a
You
in a
are
full
security.
suit of
Yeah, you are
Monty.
security.
No.
Extra
I'm not.
security.
I'm not security. We
if
have
you're
more
just commenting,
security.
yeah, this is Anson. What's going on?
Someone's left
Monty
a,
comes in. Don't worry, Captain. We've got this all covered.
He's left a what?
There's a bomb on the bus.
There's a package
Cads.
that's been left in his quarters,
So
and
maybe it's cats.
and we need to isolate it quite quickly.
We have to keep flying at thrust 2, otherwise the bomb will blow up.
No, that's
Okay.
how it works.
What's bomb disarming done on?
So again,
Demolitions
Might not be a bomb.
might not be a bomb.
Demolitions isn't a skill, but mechanic is.
I've got explosives.
Explosives. That's it. Sorry.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Why would you have explosives?
Okay.
I served like everyone else in the war.
Uh,
Teach you things.
I have
You started.
neutralized the assailant.
Excellent. Take him into custody. Plim with me. Let's go to the room.
With the bridging.
Whoa!
Fucking neutralized.
I just like the idea of being like, what's that?
What
Go
you
to a
actually
room.
need to do is roll your stunner damage. Sorry.
Okay.
But you get to add an effective 7 onto
Yeah, I
it.
know.
And
Which
he
is
turns to
crazy.
paste.
Well, what happens is damage first comes off your endurance.
Wow. Yeah. I can't
Plus
patch him
7.
up if he's
That's
dead.
25. What's the armor rating on a Diplo vest?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
but it's stun damage. It doesn't.
It's
bleed.
stun damage. It's stun damage, so it's non-lethal. But what happens
but-
is, at first, you lose your endurance, no matter what. It comes off your endurance stat, literally. So that will go down to 0. If that hits 0, you are stunned, I believe.
Yep.
Then any more damage, you get to choose whether it comes off strength or dex. Up to you. If that hits 0, you're unconscious. Then if your third one drops to 0, you're dead.
Yeah.
So your physical stats are your hit points. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
I-
So Karen,
Yeah.
your 242
Yeah.
is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But you do 22 points of stun damage to this guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to remember anything after
he's-
this.
He's going to wake up
he-
fine. He'll just wake up
he's-
fine in a couple of years.
Yeah, he's flat out. He's
Who
flat out on
am
the
I?
floor.
What am I? Oh gosh.
Eggle put set the disruptor to soup.
Yeah.
So he lays flat out on the floor and Monty takes him away.
Cool.
Jacob, you know where he was staying. You know which room he was in.
Yeah.
Anson probably doesn't even care. Most of the other crew probably don't even care with what you know.
I'm assuming I could have checked that on the manifest.
Yeah, I know. But Jacob's got it in his head.
I shall go to the quarters then.
Does anybody else want to go there?
I was already on my way, and I'd instructed Plim to meet me there.
Wait, what is it? I'm planning to. I mean, I'm
get
not
there
planning
now.
anything. Yes, of course. What
was
do you
having
need
an
to do?
emotional scene in the abandoned
Was.
science rooms.
I was
Yeah.
trying to say.
Me and
thinking,
Plim are going to do a
oh.
loop before we get off the ship. We're going to do a lap.
Okay, Frankie,
Yeah.
we've got a ship. What are we going to do with it?
So, the three of you go to the quarters,
Yes. Hello.
and you go in, and there is a little stateroom. You know, there was enough room for him to have one of his own, and in the little computer terminal in the corner of the room, there is a device kind of plugged into the ship.
Okay.
Okay, are we all there, or
All three of you
the,
are there.
Yeah, you called me and
Yep.
Jacob.
All
and
three of you are
was
there.
as well.
Plim? This thing's
Um,
likely an explosive device. Can you have a look?
Each of you
Okay.
make an intellect roll.
Just
For
intellect.
Plim, it's a 4+ easy roll.
Oh,
For
really?
your other
Okay.
two, it's a 12+ difficult roll. Very difficult roll.
Okay, so 4+. Oh wait, can I just change it to easy?
Yeah. Change it to
Advantage.
difficulty.
So
That's all I've got.
Sorry, what roll
Easy.
difficulty is it for me? Difficult.
12 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Just
difficult,
roll
was
and
it?
we can.
Was it very difficult?
I'll just put +4, and then that should hopefully.
Yes,
fix
Jacob
it.
Parsons, you did that right. It's very difficult. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
-4. Effective 5. Okay, so George and Jacob, nothing really stands out to you.
I
This
do know
looks
what it
just like some sort of bit of kit. Plim, you can tell this is some sort of data.
That's weird. I got. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
You rolled an 8, but you're actually rolling against a 12, so it should have been -4. This looks like it's some sort of auto hacking data transfer transmission system, and you recognize the technology as that of a fairly popular hacking tech amongst some of the Ucarite Combine corporations.
Oh, okay. Did I tell you that's my home planet? Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. It's not a bomb. Oh, it's just a hacking device. Oh, you had me worried for a minute there, Captain. Whew. Well, I'm gonna go say goodbye to the ship. Call me if you need
It
me.
starts bleeping, and you can see like a little readout saying transmission beginning, and there's like a little.
Can we terminate it? I'm trained in computers.
Yeah, it's like it's plugged in with a USB thing
Yeah.
into a computer, so you could just yank it out if you
yank.
want.
Oh wait, no. You need to say that you're disconnecting the USB, or then you'll lose the data.
Yeah,
Disconnect the wafer to safely remove your hardware.
Exactly.
yeah. I yank it out.
Okay, cool. You yank it out.
I'm gonna then come up to Kona. Kona, can you run a sweep of the system? We've just removed a hacking device.
Oh, what kind?
And you hadn't detected.
Whatever Plim said it was.
The non-explosive kind. So
Can
that's
we
good.
space
Oh.
Parsons?
Yeah, you
Burn.
can't detect
Smart.
a device you're not looking for.
I like the idea of it's like it's not a bomb. Wait, who said bomb? And then the whole ship, and then like the passenger's
yeah.
like, wait, bomb? Huh?
I'll send a picture of it up to him because I've got a decent communication device that can send multiple things.
It's
Like camera
going to
phone.
take too long to walk up to him. Like, I'll just take a picture.
I don't know. It's higher than a camera phone. It's whatever the.
Yeah, you send a picture over to Kona Carl.
All right, I'll run a diagnostic on the ship's computer.
I'll
Even
bring
in
the
the
device up to
31st
you.
century, people still are just going, I'll just send you a pic of it. It's fine.
Do we need to, Kona? I mean, we're getting rid of the ship in a couple of days anyway.
Yeah, but we don't want to look bad. I mean, if they're trying to fit us up as like dodgy dealers, that'll piss off the Tothans, and we could do without pissing off the Tothans. Which reminds me, Karen, I've run that diagnostic for you. I'll send it across to you. 99 distinct genetic lines.
That answers a couple of questions I had.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Right.
I'll send it across, and there'll be a little text on the bottom saying no pictures of you.
Great.
99 genetic lines of on Tolkien. No, I kind of.
I've got 99 clones, but I'm not one.
Ah, good one. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I'm
How
going to
neat.
take that data and go for a walk around the ship with Plim.
Yeah. Just say
Right.
goodbye.
Okay.
Maybe,
So
pop
diagnostic on the ship's computers and connections,
Mm-hmm.
looking for any other possible devices.
Okay. Make a roll.
What am I making it on at with any modifiers or anything?
What skills have you got that might be relevant?
I've got electronics computers.
That sounds like a good one.
I have a wafer jack that gives me an advantage on computers, a brain data store. Yeah, I basically I'm hot shit at computers. If I'm just rolling
Okay.
on computers, that's
So
not a problem.
roll electronic computers and do it on. Hang on, bear with me 1 second.
Does the ship's computer give us any advantage? Because I know
No,
sometimes
no, 'cause
computers give you a boost, don't they? Or am
the
I
fact that
better than the ship?
You are. Oh no, it's got oh no, that's your new ship. Sorry, that's got anti-hijack 1. So that would have given you. This is a routine roll. So it's a 6+. So when you click on it, select routine, an advantage.
Where is this on the rolls? Because I'm only seeing
And where do
when
I
I
put
roll.
advantage?
Oh wait, no, the difficulty. My apologies. I found it.
Oh, there it is. Roll type advantage. There we go. Routine advantage.
Yep.
Rolly roll.
Whoa! Keep the highest 2. So you roll 3d6 and keep the highest 2. So you rolled a 6 and a 5 with a +6 from all your stuff. So you got an effective 11. There are no other erroneous entry points or devices attached to your system. You can see that the device that was plugged into your vessel was trying to look through any personal logs of Professor Plim,
Interesting.
trying to find all of the information about Professor Plim.
How much of that effect will it cost me to set Simon's shower to cold?
Oh, that's easy. I'll give you that for 0.5 of an effect.
Splendid.
Not that he'll be using it again.
No. Now all showers you go into will instantly go to cold. No.
Okay,
I
so you're
walk in the
doing
shower and
that.
get covered in blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Plim and Karen are walking around the ship, saying goodbye to their vessel. Roger, you're tidying up, planning the maneuver of stuff or what things are going to go on.
Firstly,
what
I would have
ships.
taken up the device to Kona,
Okay.
for him to inspect.
By the time you get there, the ship is entirely clean. Captain, I know who they are, what they were looking for, what they managed to find. And there's no other devices anywhere on ship. It was just that one. It's fairly rudimentary. I mean, I'll keep it because I can make it do stuff for us. But they're after Plim.
Interesting.
Yeah, they want his files. Obviously, he's got like some kind of confidential vet files on some Okarite's prized pooch or something. And they just wanted to know, whether or not Fluffy did die on the operating table.
Well, glad we found it. Parsons did well spotting what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll come in useful now that we found it, but we're not going to fall for that trick again.
I believe that when I see it. Frankie, what are you've docked the ship. What are you doing? What are you up to? Well, now everyone's messing about with hacking and stuff.
Like standard routines. I'm clicking through stuff to connect us up to the port. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm probably going to go down to my room and just pack my bag because I got like 2 days left, maybe.
We're probably mostly packed, I'd imagine.
Oh, Frankie's left that.
Okay.
Didn't pack anything. Don't have a lot of stuff. It's clothes, yeah. Just wander around. I've done my ace piloting bit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool.
The
So
dice
you've
have
arrived.
definitely been on our side today, haven't they?
Absolutely. Foundry likes you clearly. So you arrived at Starport High Nexus, and you have a couple of days until your ship transfer. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and more importantly, we're going to give away a box set, The Great Rift from Mongoose Publishing. Fantastic sandbox campaign with nice big map and loads of stuff in there, some extra world creation rules, and I love me some world creation rules. I randomly generated all the worlds in this quadrant, which was fun and took a while. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to get my Nightbot up. Here we go. Go to my giveaways. All we have to do is put a keyword in the chat. And did someone in the team just suggest one? Does someone?
Yeah, I just put it in the Zoom chat. It's perfect.
I think that's hard to spell. I think that's easier to spell.
Well, let's what should we do?
I also made a suggestion.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have hashtag Plim. Nice character's name, PLIM. Hashtag Plim. Everyone's interested in Plim right now.
Yeah.
And hashtag Plim in the just all lowercase, just hashtag Plim in the chat. And what we'll do is we're going to take a short break. All of our human needs need to be seen to, and I need some more booze to carry this on. But thank you everyone for being with us. Stay with us and enjoy Millie's awesome video that she created from the awesome artwork that Spider Queen Long Pat has created for us. And if someone could do exclamation Pat in the chat for me right now, that would be cool, because then that would give everyone a link to Pat's Patreon.
I would recommend people vote on their favorite bit of artwork, but I'd win because Frankie's just
Frankie's looking good.
There's no content.
Frankie is hot.
And we'll see you in 5-10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the video. Get a drink. Get some snacks. And we'll see you soon. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of episode 2 of Feudal Stars, our Mongoose Traveller 2nd edition actual play here on Garblag Games. Thank you everyone for staying with us over the break, before which we did the entry hashtag for a giveaway for the Great Rift from our wonderful sponsors at Mongoose Publishing. Thank you very much to Matthew Sprange and the crew over there. We are going to be giving that away very soon, and all you have to do is put hashtag Plim, because Plim is an object of curiosity in this episode, and put that in the chat, and then you are in with a chance for winning the box set. I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that. I just want to say a big thank you to our patrons. You guys have been fantastic helping me flesh out this world for this Traveller game, and we're going to be doing more of it. And now I think hopefully you'll be able to see in this episode all 4 factions have come together for a diplomatic meeting. our conversation over the next week, sorry, I just hit the microphone there, are going to be about what happens in those diplomatic talks. So our patrons are going to get to contribute to the background story of what's going on with the adventure, as it were. So that's a lot of fun, and the patrons have been fantastic. So thank you everyone who's done that. We've got I think about 15 of the patrons have kind of joined that process. So that's really cool. And if you are a patron and not part of that, then join in. You don't have to be active. You can just join one of the factions and see what's going on. If you want to be active, then that's great. We've got a player in a couple of them. I think Ben's in the Minerva Star Sacred Realm. Millie, for obvious reasons, is in the Independent Star Systems, chipping in with Tothin, and various other things going on. So there's loads of stuff going on. So thank you, awesome patrons. And if you're not a patron, come and check out our Patreon. Hopefully someone's put a link in. Put a link in the chat. Thank you very much, Roger. There's loads of free stuff, so you can get a load of free stuff in there. So you don't have to sign up. But if you do, even at the $1 tier, you get access to Discord channels just for patrons, where we often build the characters for the shows and talk a bit about them. There's some channels for Traveller right now that are patron only that talk about what's going on. You get our faction turns and all of our cool stuff for world building. At $4, we are at the end of this month going to be releasing our first monthly 4 Garblags of the Garpocalypse podcast. So that's coming out, which is going to be kind of magazine style podcast with all of us giving parts to it. So that's cool. If you go to the $7 tier, then all of the GM materials that come out of these shows, so the maps from this, the worlds, the Google Docs that I'm keeping to put all this information in, you will get a copy of all of that. And the same from some of our other shows, where GMs can do that.
And I'm writing up the Minervan astrology system to go
Brilliant.
on that for this month. So you'll get that as well if you fancy your own little astrology, and you'll be able to slot it into anywhere. It won't be just this Traveller game specific, but it'll have a whole astrology system for you.
Absolutely. At $15, you can get a game a month with one of the Garblags. There are 4 of us now: Ben, Matt, Millie, Pete. You can book yourself a seat at our table once a month. We put out a list of games that we're up for running that month, and then we will be getting people to join up and play the games with us. And then for $25 a month, you can pick a Garblag, pick a brain. We get a half-hour one-on-one phone call with a Garblag to talk about your campaign, your adventures, running streams, doing this stuff, whatever you want to talk to us about. Some advice and some help, and all the other previous rewards as well. So check out the Patreon. Sorry, I'm just doing a plug for that because we just recently updated it. So check that out. There's awesome community, wonderful patrons. So thank you everyone who does support us and helps us get all the kit, equipment, games, and all the kind of stuff that you can see making Garblag games. So thank you. Okay, right. Here we go. Who's won the thing? The thing? The Great Rift box set.
Hey, who hasn't won the thing? And it's cheeky Dan Pattenden.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. And the winner is Sofinio.
Hey!
Hey! There you go, Sofinio.
Excellent.
Well done.
Good job,
Congratulations and well done. A wonderful person getting a wonderful giveaway. So well done. Congrats. And maybe one day we can play Traveller together. Cool. Okay, excellent. Good to get that done. So, congratulations, Sofinio. We will chat and on Discord, and I'll sort that out for you. So that's cool. Okay, right. So you've docked. You've arranged passengers to leave.
Mhm.
You've got a guy in the brig, but Monty's going to handle that unless anyone wants to specifically interact with this guy.
I want to have a
Does-
look at him on the cameras.
Does
Okay,
he?
you can see that.
He's okay though. He's like not in need of medical assistance. The
He's
stunner
unconscious.
He's unconscious, but
Yeah.
okay. That's
He's
fine.
like out.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I would like to go where the scourge bats are.
Okay, so you're gonna
yeah, that's where I'll be.
you want to leave the ship. Anybody else
Yeah.
want to leave the ship with Plim?
Do I
Not
know
with Plim,
Plim's going
but
to
I
go
want
look
to
at?
leave
Yeah,
the
no.
ship.
Now we're docked, yeah.
Oh, it's fine, George. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you want to leave the ship, but not with Plim. Yeah, that's I get. Yeah, no, it's,
I will
No,
leave
I-
at the same time, but I'm not going bat hunting.
Yeah,
I know.
We're all
Have
leaving.
you seen
also
the
not going
shopping
bat
list
hunting.
people have given me?
I get a little bit like, and then you turn the other way. I'm like, oh.
Well, no. Well, I know you're going to go look at the scourge bats because they look pretty.
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
on the
We were
newscast.
watching it together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Plim.
yeah. Yay!
Okay, right. So Frankie has gone with Plim, and Kona Carl and George have left the ship, as well as Jacob Parsons. Karen,
Yes.
are you leaving the ship, or are you going to try and figure out what's going on in the system from the ship?
I'm going to stay on the ship.
While
Okay,
the mice are
cool.
away, the cat will play.
I'm going to stay on the ship. But I will, like, there must be like public terminals and communication
Oh,
stuff on the
yeah,
on
you
the
can-
station.
You can access. There's a whole internet that you can access, the Tothan web. It's locked down for like internal content, but external content, news, information from around the area, all kinds of things. You can see there's been recent developments in a stalemate in the war between the Ukarite Combine and Triglav, while diplomats are considering an offer from the Triglav government of a ritualistic trial by combat to settle the war.
MMA to settle a war.
Yeah.
Yes. And now the corporate infrastructure of the Ukarite Combine is hosting the Ukarite Ultimate Combat Champions to find the ultimate combat fighting team to go and fight the Triglav combat team.
So
so-
it's like
Clearly,
you want to be an
Karen,
MMA
you never had this
fighter.
conversation with Plim. This is just a normal thing for Ukarites. We're like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, trial by combat, fuck it.
They commoditize everything.
Yeah.
And if they can get the upper hand on someone with their vast empire, then they'll try.
So we've got a couple of sneaky folks on our crew.
Yep.
What I will ask is if I give them like the Tothan equivalent of an email address, can they go to a public terminal and just be like, "Hey, I'm on the station. Remember when we exchanged scientific conversation 30 years ago?"
You could do that. You
Yeah,
could do that.
yeah,
Who do you think is probably the most data hacky savvy person on board the ship?
Do they
Oh.
need
Gotta
to
be
be savvy, or do they
Parsons.
just need to be naive?
Oh, it could be Jacob Parsons, yeah.
No, it's not
Yeah.
Jacob Parsons. He doesn't talk to me
I
because
do
I'm
have-
old.
I'm
I
joking,
do have
I'm joking.
electronics comms. Yeah, I wasn't even born.
Oh, you
I was
do?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have electronics comms. And I
Oh,
have
okay,
intelligence 12. I'm pretty good at it.
Oh, he's clever. Yeah, hell yeah. It's super bright.
Ah,
Yeah,
Super bright.
despite
just
his
like I was
genetic
4.
mongrel status.
Deception 4, electronics computers 4, persuade 3, stealth 1, streetwise 3.
I just like, but
Actually,
you,
if
Just saying.
if Plim is going on the station and he is a noted, I'm going to get Plim. I'm going to get Plim to do it.
Okay.
Professor
cool.
Patsy.
So as we were doing this walk around
Yeah.
spaceship, and so like
Okay.
a long time ago, I did some really great research here.
oh, okay.
And there's a few folks that probably you won't be, but there's just the one that might be able to come up to. Could you just maybe contact them on? Don't say my name, obviously.
Okay, of course, yes.
But
of
just
course.
say, you might have shared some data or wrote a paper and you wondered if it got published here or something. Just, see if they'll come up from the planet. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll give him the contact details of my my ally on Tyson.
Okay. Yeah,
mo-
that's no problem.
Does your ally have a name?
I hadn't thought of a name yet, but
Should we make a name for your ally and a genetic
yeah,
strain?
yeah. What should I don't know.
Etvin.
Etvin,
Kevin.
Kevin.
You're
Sure.
Karen.
Yeah.
It could be Kevin.
Vin. There's an apostrophe in
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of the genetic. So it's V apostrophe IN.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will.
Yeah, of course. I
will-
don't mind doing that.
And then I will go and disinfect everywhere I've touched, so there could be possibly no traces of any.
Oh, it's like Gattaca.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, no, that was not good in Gattaca that he had to do that. Wait.
Yeah. I will go and disinfect my room.
Okay. Cool. Right. So, George, Kona, and Jacob Parsons, you are heading onto the station, and the three of you are greeted by the person that the captain spoke to on the communications as you're leaving. Plim and Frankie have kind of snuck off a bit quicker to head off to go and check out the killer bats. But the three of you are there, and Ril Murad comes towards you. Greetings, Captain and crew. I assume. Welcome. How was your journey in system?
Uneventful,
The best kind of trip.
of course. Other than a bizarre Duchy of Sudenica vessel coming out of jump space with a no engines.
Oh,
that appear
yes,
to
we
be
all heard
functioning.
about that. Apparently, they're looking for they've asked the Tothan authorities not to interfere with the vessel and are looking for are trying to figure out how they can investigate it themselves.
Well, that's on them, I suppose.
Just got a re-roll, Roger, from Evil Gilmore. Thank you, Evil Gilmore.
Thank you, Evil Gilmore. It appeared that our new vessel went to go and have a look.
Yes, we've told that they've been informed to head back now. The shakedown cruise has been successful. You'll all be glad to know, and all the systems are working above normal parameters. In fact, we even got a chance to test the pop-up laser turret on a passing asteroid, and it worked very well. A laser cutter.
Not passing anymore.
Yeah. He's kind of looking at the two of you, Kona and Jacob, either side, most expectantly.
I personally am here to see what available fighter craft you have in your shipyard at the moment. I'm very interested.
I see. Because the Explorer 1 has a docking space, I assume you want some sort of small defense vehicle
Yes.
or something that can go on sorties to investigate anomalies.
That kind of thing. More defense.
Ah. Or defense. Well, it's a understandable precaution, and the Explorer model is just large enough to have a small vessel of that kind. So yes, I have a small catalogue here. He kind of seems to have, funnily enough, shipyard catalogue ready on his system.
I want to buy.
Here,
How coincidental.
it does a little few taps and a few different. What's that for?
That was for me to just sort of wander off.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's not hard. He's in the middle of a sail, so we'll actually say that's probably a routine 6. So you probably got effect 1, so you can kind of slope off. And you can see.
Yeah, I
Jacob,
was hoping
that
for it
there's-
being ignored as I left, but I can understand if that meant I got.
No. You just got you're gone kind of thing. Shows you a catalogue of a few fighter craft. Nothing kind of amazing. They all kind of fall into the bracket of fighter that are in the ship in the book. But there is one that's a slightly longer, thinner one and red. There is a broader arrowhead shaped one, which is kind of a steel blue. And then there is a delta V, wing shape one, which is just a gunmetal grey, ship grey, naval grey. Repaint the ship.
Battleship
Naval
grey.
Battleship grey. I love that. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I always think Red Dwarf when we play Traveller, but I think it's probably appropriate.
Give us a few sessions.
Yeah. So he says, "Oh yeah, there's 3 models. Yeah, no, we've got plenty of stock of each of those for you to purchase one. Do you have cash, credit, or will this be part of the trade?"
Um, but I think you have to put it in as part of the trade because
Okay.
because my credits are all tied up in the ship.
Oh, so it's not liquid. Your assets are your okay. Very well. Okay.
Hanson will raise an eyebrow at the.
Which model should I get ready?
Do all of them seat a
That's my
single
fingers.
person?
Oh yeah. Do you have any trainer models?
Pilot training modules.
No,
Want to buy a
trainer
f-
models. The ones that have like the 2 seats.
I
one
think he
behind
wants
the
a.
other.
Oh,
with the 2 wheels.
Training fins on.
No,
Yeah, it's got the balancing wheels on the back.
don't be like this. Don't be like this.
They're
The heavy fighter with
stabilizers.
the kind of larger fighter with 2 seats. The blue arrowhead shape would
Yeah.
be possible for that.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have them at the shipyard that you promised me a tour of?
We'll have it ready for when your ship arrives. These things aren't just sitting around. We've got a few components to put together, but it will be ready by the time your vessel arrives, which is a couple of days' time. So we'll have it ready for them.
Do you have any models you could show us?
Oh, I could take you on a tour of the shipyard right now if you want. We've got a couple of trader vessels that are being put together, and the Explorer 2 is being put together right now. It's going to take a little while we've learned a few calibration things from our test, which we've adjusted your ship for, which we now need to adjust the template vessel.
I shall come on the tour before I go off and do other things.
Okay. So he takes the 2 of you on a tour of their kind of shipyard facility, which is around the far side of High Nexus. It's got like 5 or 6 prongs coming off of the space station where various ships are being put together and built, and that's going to take you a few hours while he kind of takes you around, shows you some of the technical areas, shows you some of the outside shots. You look out the window and you can see the ship being built and all that kind of stuff, and it all looks really cool. So that's going to take you a little while. While that's going on, Frankie and Plim, you guys have gone on to the on board the station, and you're kind of making your way through the main promenade area, kind of gangway. There's kind of a internal kind of street with shop fronts and faces, with a couple of levels above, and you can kind of see people moving around and shopping. As you're moving around, the people, the Tothanites or the Tothinians or the Totheni, you can tell that they're all from similar, well, identical genetic strains. There are clusters of them that look very similar. They are clone people. You're aware of this, but seeing it, in front of you is kind of still like slightly, oh, that's quite strange. As you're passing through the area, trying to find out where the bats, the killer bats are, the scourges, please make streetwise rolls.
Oh dear.
Figure we just head
Okay.
towards wherever people are
Oh,
quickly
boy.
moving away from.
What?
Yeah, it's
what-
going to be routine. So a 6+. So click
Ye-
routine.
I need to make a streetwise roll because I don't have it. So, what is streetwise? Sorry. It's like
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the
No,
worst then.
social.
Oh, is it social?
Is it social?
Yeah, Streetwise will be social.
Oh, okay. I didn't roll that well then. I've got to
But
change that. I had it as
It does depend
intelligence.
on what you're using it for. Streetwise is
I
one of
would
those
say-
things that has different
Oh,
uses.
sorry, no,
I would say
does
this one-
intelligence. It does say
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah. Intellect.
Okay, intellect. I shall. Okay, right. I've made it. This is not going to be great because I'm not trained in this. I'm not very streetwise.
Go for it.
Okay, you with Frankie.
Oh yeah, there we go. It's on
It's
18
like
already.
deception and persuade are both social or intellect,
Oh, it's not.
depending on how you go about doing
It's
it.
Not
not-
terrible.
Yeah, it
You're
could
sort of
be
bumbling
yeah.
around asking the wrong person. You keep asking like
Frankie.
people who clearly
Hi!
just arrived.
Hi.
Yeah.
Do you know where the
But-
bats are? Go get away from me. Sorry. Hi.
Frankie decides to ask the
That's the
people who
point. Plim
work
has
there.
got a reroll, hasn't he?
Oh, Plim does have a reroll.
Yeah, but I'm wanting to save that for the bats.
Okay. Frankie asks one of the actual vendors who works and lives on the station.
Okay, you work here?
Yes. I
So in these cars, you got like a scourge problem. Where are they at?
blew through here like half an hour ago. He points off in the distance. I'd watch out. There's some Sudanican noble running around with a rifle somewhere. There's a couple of protectors who are trying to stop them from doing anything. Firing a huge rifle in the middle of a crowded station is probably not a best idea. The protectors have got stunners with them, so they're trying to
Stun the
capture.
Sudenicans.
Yeah.
Try to capture all of the scourges.
Yeah, I didn't think you allowed guns out here. Okay, cool. Plim,
You need a
they're over
scarf.
this way.
I've got a load of
What?
scarves here. You look like you haven't got a scarf, my friend. I've got a wonderful array of scarves, shawls, hats, hoods. These are wonderful for protecting yourself, warming your neck on a long jump. Keeping that neck safe and steady for when you come out into normal space.
I think I'm
These
fine,
are-
buddy.
Fine.
Oh, Frankie, have you found where the scourge bats are?
Yeah, they're over there. And this
Yeah.
vendor's selling
The-
scarves. Do you need a scarf?
No, I'm fine. I would like to go see the scourge bats. The Tothans have some very colourful insults that they use when they don't like you. I've never been called a garbage gene person before.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Frankie's not going to say anything to that.
By the way, when you entered the starport, you will have been made aware that due to the
So you get
Lord.
scanned.
law level, weapons banned, all bladed weapons, stunners, all visible armor. So you can probably have like a truncheon or a diplo vest kind of thing.
Harsh words.
It's quite. I just saw Dan in chat just said, "Oh, I see they can have weapons." Yes, they're the police.
Oh, I will have brought my med kit, but I don't imagine that
fine.
would have. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you're not allowed
I
this?
don't
We
know,
might
Plim,
hurt
in your
someone.
hands, that's considered weapon of mass destruction. Oh no, you were a scout at the time, weren't you? Sorry,
Yes, I
forget.
was a scout,
forget.
yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
It's
It doesn't
it's
even
Karen.
need to
It's
create
Karen that we
war.
need to worry about. It just follows him wherever he goes. Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
make
Gotta
your
defeat
way
war.
through.
You've got to become war.
Kona,
Defeat
are
war, you must be
you
a vet.
are you trying to catch up with them, or are you doing something else?
No, I'm going off to find the legal, quasi-legal, and illegal brokerage that's going on the station.
Okay. You come across a bar called the Tube Rack, which is got all kind of chemistry kind of sets all set up with colored liquid and in and around the thing, and kind of petri dishes kind of pressed up against the windows and things to make it look like, it's a mockery of that kind of genetic science, or how it's funny to the Tothan. This is kind of and there's people in there drinking and stuff, and there's data links and stuff in the back, which you see, and you think this is probably one of the more relaxed locations. And when you
I make myself look more like an approved Tothan line? I mean, I know I can't make myself into a Tothan, but can I, having seen the 99 bloodlines that they've got, is there one
think,
that's
oh, I look
close
a bit
enough
like
to
that
my
one.
own appearance that if I modify my stance and change my,
see.
like flex muscles in the cheeks and things like that, bit
Have
of
you got?
physical deception.
Can you do that? You got
It's
the
just
skills for
deception,
that?
isn't it? It's a spy skill.
Try and carry yourself, present yourself.
Present yourself in just the right way.
It's
Just
going to
imagine you looking
be
like the aliens in Galaxy Quest. He's like grinning.
Well, I'm now imagining that as you went past, you called Plim a garbage person, and then it was like, oh, you must be Tothan, or at least you know our style.
Okay, what I'm going to say then is a close inspection, it wouldn't work. So if
Yeah.
you're face to face with someone, then they would see clearly.
It's
Especially
just
if they
to
were
be
Tothan.
more acceptable to them.
Sure. Carry yourself in a particular way,
Yeah.
fit in a bit more in the crowd. It's going to be hard though,
Yeah.
because of the nature of the Tothan people. They are, so it's going to be very difficult.
Okie dokie. Let's
Yeah,
have a
so
look
let's
and
have that
see
roll.
how we do. Oh,
People are having a duel in the chat for some reason. Oh,
that's okay. I got an
awesome.
effective -6. I don't look like a Tothan. I look like a toad.
You're actually offending them because it looks like you're
Looks
like,
like
oh,
I'm
look at me, I'm a
copying them."
Tothan. Oh, hey, oh.
How dare you?
you're copying
dare
Karen,
you?
but only when she's like really hungover in the morning, and you're like, sure, she walks this way. But luckily at the tube rack, there aren't many Tothan people there.
Yeah, this is going badly wrong. I don't
There
look
seems to
anything like a
be
Tothan.
like a hangout for people off of some of the ships. You can see a group of Duchy soldiers there. They are in there. Now, the Duchy of Studenica is basically a Russian House Atreides. That's how I described it to the patrons. So they have kind of a very militaresque style to them. Great coats. Their hats are on the table because it's not that cold in here. And they look like they're just enjoying themselves on their time off. And there's a few of them talking. The other side of the room, you can see a few people from in a very nice, almost Starfleet uniform of the Ogan Republic. This is a purple, much like the faction color on the map, kind of uniform, slightly deep with black trim, and it looks kind of no nonsense ship suit, kind of jumpsuit style thing that people would wear on a spaceship. So it's not quite Starfleet. It's not pajamas. It's got like padding in the knees and the elbows in case the grav plating goes. It's got good boots, that kind of thing. But they're
have to
kind of
constantly pull it down like that.
yeah, to the Picard top tug. That sounds weird. Okay, so sorry. So you go in and you see these two groups of people kind of, they're just having drinks and chatting. There's no kind of, it's not like, or anything aggressive. They're just there relaxing, and there's a few other people from the station. You get the feel that there's probably some people who live on the station who aren't Tothanites, Totheni. We need to come up with a plural for Tothan.
Assholes.
Patrons, go in the independent star systems channel and tell me what the plural for Tothan is. But there is a data exchange in the back. You can see a couple of people kind of sitting in booths doing stuff, like an internet cafe kind of thing.
Stun them.
Okay, I want to access the terminals and start looking for well, like I said, legal trades where I can for stuff that we want that's on my list. I've got a long list of shopping, but I'm clearly not going to be able to get all of this through legal means. So I'm going to need some quasi-legal brokerage as well. So I'm going to start looking for obvious fronts and things like that.
Okay. 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 So you need to make a broker roll, and that's going to take you a bit of time.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll see what your broker roll is, and we're going to go back to Karen on the ship.
What the hell?
Ooh.
Clearly, we've used up all of those good dice. How do you roll 3 on 2d6? Well, I know how you roll 3 on 2d6.
Yeah.
Do you have any rerolls, Ben?
I do, actually. That's a good point. Thank you for reminding me.
Because that was a pretty poor roll.
Because
That was pretty poor.
broker is like
Oh,
the skill. There we
Evil
go. There's
Gilmore
another one.
just
Thank
gave
you,
you a
Evil
reroll.
Gilmore. Holy cats! It's supposed to be one of my best skills.
Holy cats. Oh, that's not much better, but
I'm
it's
going to
a
use
pass.
the other reroll that Evil Gilmore just
Ah.
gave
Oh,
me.
you're not allowed to re-roll a reroll.
You can only use one
Oh,
reroll.
Yeah.
okay.
You-
Well, that's my
yeah.
legal
Reroll.
reroll. So I'm
Although at least he passed now, I guess.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
He's
I got
passed.
0
You
on my
passed, yeah.
legal reroll.
So it's going to take you like a couple of hours. You're searching through things, figuring out the Tothan security system, and how far you can go and nudging
That
it in
fuck
the
up
right
with the body
direction
posture thing has really
and all that
thrown
kind of
me.
stuff.
You're like,
Yeah, it
what's up,
has.
fellow Tothans?
Right, Karen.
Yes.
Karen, what are you doing on the ship?
Pacing nervously,
Okay.
waiting to see if Plim sends, and if
Plim,
anybody.
are you sending your message? Have you remembered to send your message?
I have.
Okay.
Can we have Retcon say while I was being insulted by some Tothans I was asking, I probably did
Yeah,
send
that's fine.
it off while Frankie was.
You saw
getting
Frankie having a
information.
really in-depth conversation. You
Yes.
saw a public data link
Yeah.
and you went, oh, I'll send this message.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Karen's a good friend. Wouldn't let them down. Wouldn't let her down.
Okay. While you're on the ship, Karen,
Mhm.
the ship gets hailed from a municipal waste authority for the Starport High Nexus,
Mhm.
saying clearly it's been a long time since your ship has been cleaned, perhaps 30 years. We'll send a crew down later today.
I'll obviously not. I'll text reply very slowly, one finger on it, like I'm old. I haven't used technology for a while. I'm bad at this shit. But yeah, I'll
But it wasn't the 50s 30 years ago. It was still
I know.
thousands of years in the future. No.
Being shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
cool.
text reply and
Okay.
acknowledge and pace a bit more.
Okay. So a couple of hours later, there is a kind of standard, like a doorbell ring, an access request at one of the airlock.
If I'm at like the bridge, can I give access to an airlock and watch it? Like I don't want to be
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, you can see who's on the other side of your airlock before you give access.
Yeah. So I will have a look and see if it's a face I expect at least.
It is, but what you can see is that this person is wearing janitorial uniform and has with them a large trolley of cleaning products, brooms, scrapers, those weird things you stick behind the radiator to get the dust out, all those kind of cool things on this kind of busy cart of stuff.
Okay.
But it is, you recognize the face and you are Tothanite. So you can, even over camera, you can tell it's the person you haven't seen in a long time.
I will let them in, and yeah,
Nod at the camera.
Maybe the plural is toes then.
toes then, Tothan, toes then.
You got one toe thin.
Toothin.
Like 5 toes thin.
Tothini
Tothini,
or Tothinian.
Tothinian, Tothenic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let them in, and
Okay.
I will.
Authors.
Oh my God, are you Bark Wolfberg? You here over the?
It was
Can't be
just
wrong.
one film. Just one film.
like shouting, "I'll be back" at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Just one film. That's all I started in. Do
Are
Monty.
you going to go meet Kev in?
Yes, I will. I will go
I
and meet
was on
Kev.
Space Broadway.
Yeah, I will go and meet them. I will probably
Okay.
maybe address okay, start in this room.
Okay,
and
cool.
give
So you
them
direct them to
directions.
one of the quarters, or
Yeah,
maybe one of the old labs or something.
yeah, send them that way, and then I'll watch them for a bit out of paranoia, and then head down.
Okay. So you head down.
Yeah,
And
like I'm watching in case somebody climbs out of the cart with a gun to shoot me.
no, that's fine. And you can see them. They're kind of looking around the room and then start to get some gear out and start clear. You can tell there's not an assassin hiding in the
Yeah.
cleaning cart.
And then I will be like, I don't quite know how to. I
Been
don't.
a fucking while, hasn't it?
Well, there was that thing where I was gonna go and try and do a bit of being a merchant.
Well, yeah.
Well, I lost. Someone stole my ship,
Okay.
and then
Were they after you?
I don't think so. I think it was just a bad deal with some pirates.
Are you sure? And he kind of gestures at his uniform.
Yeah, I think so. After did anything ever get published?
What do you think?
Well, I kind of hoped that somebody might pick it up, or someone might say,
No.
right.
Your line got rescinded.
Yeah, we did some. I watched some broadcasts.
And the Vin line has been, through association, we've been,
This now, all you do.
well, this and other
Shitty.
kind of municipal activities.
Right.
Someone's got to do them, but
No, it's a.
what we were.
No.
This isn't what we were designed for. This is going against
Yeah, it's not.
the core principles of the genetic authority, as I thought it was.
Well, yeah. Well, we found that out, really, didn't we?
Well, you found that out. I didn't know what you were doing at first.
Well, it was.
I didn't think you were going to go that far.
Yeah,
But-
I should have stopped after the first time, but it.
Look,
it
I don't know have you got any of your old research materials? Because I've only got limited stuff left over from those days.
I've got
a box in the garage, basically.
I've got some of it. I mean, it was hard to keep hold of everything after I went to prison.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't.
No, it's okay.
Right, you are.
We should never have done that job. It was a bit stupid to have. It was a bit risky. It was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be a retirement fund. We could have, and then we could have come back. We could have smuggled you off, and
Oh, it's too late for that.
well, yeah. But I have bits of it. So, do you think, there's a nice? Remember the kid I gave the science kit to?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's, and he, you could give it to him, give the data to him, and I'll put it together. We'll repiece it, and then, one of these kids has got and I'll gesture to his head, he's got in the back of his head.
Oh,
And
a jack thing.
Yeah. So
Oh, well, it creeps me out.
I know.
Creeps me out.
I know, but have you seen how?
I know the data transfer rate is ridiculous.
But we could then maybe, we could publish it somewhere else, and then maybe pressure from the
What? And what? Get Tothan involved in, where are you going to publish it? Ogun?
I don't know. I mean, somebody might want to know, and then maybe we could stop all this bullshit. They're lying.
Look, I know they are, but what can I do about it?
Bring me the
I've
research.
got like bits and pieces. It doesn't add up to anything. If you've got more, then maybe it will. But I can't. You know, I
Give
can't
it
do this on my own.
give it
You
to
know,
Plim, and then you won't have that weight
they
anymore.
recycled you
I
everywhere.
I know.
It just that's how. Yeah, I had to watch that.
I'm
I had to
so-
see that
I'm sorry.
your face 1,000 times.
What else could I
Kind of
do?
turns away from you to the corner of the room. He's like, "This is too much. This is too much. Look, but what's your friend's name? Just tell me your
It's
friend's name."
Plim. It's the kid.
Oh,
The kid
Plum,
who
Plum,
no Plim.
Plim. Okay,
Plim.
Sorry.
Put Lim.
okay,
That
okay.
helps.
What? Is he on the station?
Yeah, he's on the station now. He's looking for the bats or something. He likes animals.
Oh, those bloody scourges.
Yeah.
They're Sudeticans are hunting them down with like the protectors are not happy about it. They're trying to shut them down. They're saying, weapons aren't allowed
No.
on the station. But the Sudeticans are citing that it's a hazard to the life of one of the family members of the Duke of Sudenica. So they're saying it's but this whole ship turning up thing is just kind of that
Oh,
shook it all up.
what was the ship? Did you find? Do you know anything? Are they?
Well, the Duchy insisted that, it's on the news. They've insisted that the Tothan authorities don't do anything.
I mean, it's understandable. Nobody's.
Yeah,
You'd probably
sure,
do the same.
sure.
But give the kid the rest of the research,
I will.
and then
Does he
no
does he know
no.
that I'm
I'll,
okay?
I'll
Okay.
I'll get a message to him. One of Bark Wahlberg can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the most awkward kind of like, should we hug? Get in it? That kind of.
There's a disgruntled hug. I don't really want to do this, and then a deep hug,
Oh.
and you feel a slight shake
Yeah.
to their body,
Mhm.
and then they kind of hurry away from you without you seeing their face and grab the cart and leave the room. I think cleaning's done on your ship.
Bye. Thank
There's
you.
nothing on my cart that will sort this mess out. as he leaves, and we'll go over onto the space station with Frankie and Plim. You round a corner where there's a kind of wide balcony area. Across this section of the station, there are large windows, oval almost, that people could look out of. And there beyond, you can see the planet Tothan in all its glory. And you'll never be allowed to go down there because you're not Totheni. And beyond, you can see two people who look very similar, almost identical, in body armor with stunners, arguing with a group of people wearing kind of greatcoats, particularly fine fur hats. Their rifles are slung over their shoulders, but they seem to be arguing with these protectors, and you can hear a kind of flapping noise in the distance. And beyond, this is kind of a slightly more kind of warehouse area. There are prongs on this side of the station, and this is clearly where goods are kind of moved around rather than people living or anything like that. So this is kind of a quieter area of the station, which clearly these creatures have kind of moved away from the loud, noisy areas of the station and towards somewhere sort of quieter where they can kind of hide out.
Can I go over to the guards, the police, or whatever they are?
You can.
Okay.
The protectors, they're there, and they're please stay back. We're dealing with these creatures. They are dangerous. And the Sudenicans are like, well, we know this, so that is why we are here. We wish to go and capture these creatures or slay them as trophies for the Duke. It is a great sign of these talks that there is a hunt afoot aboard the station. And the protectors are like, no, calm down, calm down. And then all parties kind of look at Plim as you kind of walk over and you
Hello.
can,
Um,
can I
uh,
help you?
yes. Oh, I can help you because I hear you have some scourge bats, and luck be have it, I am a licensed vet. So, if you, I was hoping I could help with the containment and relocation of these beautiful creatures.
That sounds like a good precaution to have a vet at
Yes.
hand when we stun these creatures to transfer them back to their ship. They're being transported onward. I understand that there was just a containment breach, and they are being. We're trying to round them up for the merchant vessel, but yes.
Excellent. Well,
And
I
they
would
kind of
like to
look at
help.
Frankie like, and
Fra-
you,
I'm with
sir?
him.
Yeah, Frankie's my friend. Frankie is also a very good pilot. You did you see him? He like flew the ship in. It was really awesome. Uh, yeah,
The lab ship that's span on its axis as it
yeah,
approached the docking
yeah.
prong.
That's this guy.
Seriously,
Yeah,
the Sudenicans are particularly the protectors don't really care. They're the cops, but the Sudenicans are like, we saw that maneuver. That was fantastic. That you what was your name?
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie, that was awesome. That was awesome. You know,
And
you
are?
ever need a job? Come check out the Duchy of Sudenica is a beautiful place. It's cold, but it's beautiful, and we are expanding in this area and making trade negotiations. And the other one goes, shut up, man! Shut up, man! What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't hard sell the guy. Just wait for the talks to finish, and they're kind of sort of natter and you kind of diffuse the situation between the protectors and the Sudenicans, and the protectors say, right, do you have any identification? Sorry, what was your name? To Plim.
Professor Plim. That would be my title. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, if you'll come with us, then maybe you can help us to calm down these creatures.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so the two of you are going to go off with them.
Yep.
Kona Carl, you have made your average broker roll, and there are a series of jobs that have come up through various connections through the data link that you can see. There is a merchant who wants to take some of his goods to Ogun. Have a ship, and he needs a load to go. The Tothan Genetic Authority wishes someone to do a survey of the Gerzil system to report back on the current goings on in that system. There is a Celestial Investments banking group who require transportation of data to Ogun
Whereabouts are they based?
on Tothan. They're a
Okay.
corporation based on Tothan.
Okay, so they're a Tothan-based corporation. They're not
Yes.
Ogun-based corporation.
No, they're a Tothan-based corporation, and they're actually part investors in your ship.
Okay, it's just that if they were Ogun-based, I'd be ripping them off.
No, they're not Ogun-based. They're Tothan-based, but they are asking for someone to transport some secure data in hard drive format to an office on Ogun. And there is a call from a small independent trading company that have said a ship has not reported back from the Kubico system for a week. They're expecting them to arrive back from that system a week ago, and they haven't come back, and they are looking for someone to go and check out what's happened in that system. They have, it says, remuneration to be discussed.
So
and there's just a
are there
kind of
deadlines
phone
on
number.
these as well? Are they like
There's
this needs doing in a
timelines and
week,
there's
this needs
contact
doing in a
numbers.
fortnight, this has got to be done within the month kind of thing?
All of it suggests that in the next 4 weeks that it needs to be
Okay.
completed.
Well, I'll log these jobs and swipe them over onto my handheld
Okay.
computer.
Cool. I'll whack them on the crew comms on the Discord so
Yeah.
that you've got the information. Okay, so
And then I
that
might dig a little deeper after that because I'm looking to purchase as well.
okay.
But I'm looking to purchase things that aren't entirely
We'll do shopping offline.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm
that's
just
cool.
thinking because it's going
Absolutely.
to involve some black market digging. I didn't know if you
That's
wanted
fine.
to do that.
No, that's
up
absolutely
front.
fine.
But
We
are
can
there
have
any...
we can have a broker roll
Yeah.
live to see what happens and where you might need to go to do that.
Standard roll?
Yeah, standard broker roll.
Pete is desperately trying to
Oh, for
take the
the
wheel
love
off
of
the
all
shopping
that is
channel.
holy. Luckily, I do have all
You
those
have a
extra
reroll.
bloody rerolls.
Yeah, you got a +3 on that as well. It's like
Yeah.
it should be rolling 10 or more.
Shopping
go.
channel time.
Oh,
no.
How is that
my
the
word.
same number?
Well, you
Well,
can click to see if you got the
so,
same numbers.
You just failed, so you can succeed with a cost.
We're going to
if
owe
you
someone
want
a
to.
favour for this, but yes, I will succeed at a cost.
Oh.
So you have been doing various checkings, various,
I've
trying to
bigged
tap into
myself up
things.
to the crew about how I can get them what they need. I've now got to get them what they need.
And you actually get contacted on the data link that you're on. And the name Tarn appears. We're a collective of traders who look to do things in a more fluid way than others anticipate. It's just like a text message. We operate out of one of the tertiary docking locations in orbit of Tothan, and we'd be happy to meet with you shortly. I can see from some of your local data link searches that you're interested in certain goods and services. And here's the coordinates for our docking location. I look forward to meeting you if you decide to take us up on this offer.
Might have to take the ship's boat for that one.
Okay, we'll go over to Roger and Simon. You guys have been touring around the shipyard and looking around. And as you're there, they are kind of putting together the components for Explorer 2. So you can actually see your ship being put together in effect, because this thing, you know how the Tothan work now, they have like a template, reproduce. I mean, it's fairly standard for a shipyard, but it's almost like a genetic code for a starship being unwoven in front of you. And you watch as they kind of build the missile rack in the pop-up turret on the spine of the ship. And you're like, ooh, that's going to be tasty later on. That looks handy. That looks handy. And it's got the thruster pods on the sides, the docking port at the back, the long hull of the ship. The lower levels are kind of basically fuel. So there's a big fuel tank in the bottom of the vessel. And then the top layers, the middle layer is kind of docking, storage, cargo, workshops, etc. And then the top level is staterooms, all that kind of stuff, bridge, briefing room, the lab, the med bay, they're all up there. So it's kind of that kind of setup for the ship. It's 4 decks, and it's a fairly, compared to the ship you have, because of the structure of it, it's like a fairly good, meaty vessel. So having seen it, and Ril and Murad kind of, you haven't been able to go on board, but you've been able to get fairly close to it. he's like, this is a very fine ship. These are, there's jump 2 capable, which is adequate. We any higher than that, and we're taking the fuel reserves are taking up too much on board the vessel, and you would have no cargo or no space for hard points and weapon systems. So we find a balance between range and capability is kind of key to these kind of explorer vessels. It has enough to do a couple of jumps, so you can go twice. It's got a fuel scoop as well, so if you find yourself out there with a gas giant, you can harvest your own fuel. There's enough space for decent trading, and as your friend's about to find out, the docking space is good enough for a couple of small vehicles. He kind of points over to the far side. Over there, you see over there? He kind of points, you kind of see a blue shape. He's like, that's your ship. They're putting it together over there.
Nice.
Good. It's good. It's been really good to meet both of you. It's nice to meet people who are really into their ships. I obviously, as an engineer in my line, we're kind of all the technical minded ones. We one of the technical minded lines. I just love ships. What are your guys? What is your crew and your team? I assume you've got a crew of, say, I don't know, 10 to 15 people crewing this vessel. Or are you doing jobs for the Tothan government, or I mean, sorry if I'm being nosy. I don't mean to intrude. I'm just curious what the vessel is going to be used for.
We're free traders.
Oh, great. Okay, so you're kind of taking jobs as you find them and making your way.
We are. So if you need some work, if you or your firm needs some work doing, perhaps we might be available if we're passing by.
Well, one thing I would always be interested in is kind of the performance data of the vessel, because these are new ships. I'd be willing to, if every now and then you pop back to Tothan and dump a load of data, I'd be willing to pay you for that, because that's key to making these vessels even better. That feedback loop is vital. And we know lots about ships, and lots of people know lots about ships, but these ships, the way they're put together, the way they're designed, how we can improve that, that kind of information, I'd be willing to pay you to return that kind of data.
I'm sure something could be arranged for the right price.
You should see our pilot. He's awesome.
Yeah, didn't you arrive on that lab ship?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
It did a full pirouette as it docked.
crazy.
What's going on there? We thought you were doing like a final spin of the without the grav.
He was
Did you
just
turn the
having
grav plating off and spin it once for fun or something?
He was just having some fun on our final approach.
Seriously. That's pretty fine maneuvers in such
You'll
close
get-
proximity to other ships.
You get
There's
some
a
good
reason
data.
he's our pilot.
Well, I tell you what, that's awesome. I think we can talk about, if we're getting gigabytes of data, we'll be talking thousands of credits. So we'll see what we can do.
I'm sure he will push the ship to its limits.
Well, be careful with it though.
I'm going to roll double one the first time we have to take this out.
Just
Leave the docking prong.
Plonk.
Okay, cool. He's like, okay, well, look, tomorrow evening the ship's going to be back, so I'll probably see them for the handover, the exchange, and everything. And it's been really nice to meet both of you. So
And you, hopefully we can make this a good business relationship.
Absolutely. And if you come back every now and then maybe we can look at some upgrades and things as we figure things out and new things come online. We haven't given you a heavy armament, but if you find yourself going into more tactical scenarios, I don't know your crew, I don't know your intentions, but we border with Gurshill, Dakshana's not far away, and we all know Zortian pirates are plaguing more and more systems at the moment. So weapon systems are unfortunately important. Those Sudenicans will tell you. But so if you ever need any more weapon systems, then we're pretty well equipped to set you up with more turrets. If you
That's good to know. Hopefully, we won't need them, but these things happen.
Well,
Uh,
it's an 800-ton vessel. I think it's got over 100 tons of cargo. You can do 2 parsec jump. You can do 2 of those before you run out of fuel. So happy travels. I'll see you at handover, and we'll swap keys, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll have your fighter ready as well. We'll do all the paperwork on the mortgage, etc. A representative from Celestial Investments will be present alongside us, representing the Tothan Genetic Authority. So everything will be fine. We'll sort everything out, and we can do that. If you are ready with all you were talking, I believe you need to do some transfers of equipment and things.
That's
We'll
correct.
give you like a 12-hour window to complete that.
I'm sure that will be more than sufficient.
Excellent, great. Well, that's fantastic.
What do you know of this diplomatic meeting that's going on?
Oh well, it's there's a lot of talk about it on the station. There's been, they've been heading out here for the last few weeks to start these talks. This Duke, he's keen on, we don't know. He talks trade, he talks diplomacy, he sends a warship. People are talking. Some people say he's only got warships, so what is he going to send? He's been dealing with pirates for so long. His people love him. He's been sorting all these problems out.
Pete, do they only have warships in Sudanica, given I'm from there?
Mostly.
I like the idea that it's just like it is actually a diplomatic mission, but it's just his like, oh yeah, we'll just send a warship. Well, we have other ships, sir. No, fuck it. Send a warship.
I mean, I've been on diplomatic missions with the Duchy. Would I be aware? Is that what they would normally send? Or is this a bit
they have
weird?
they have on several occasions. Yeah.
Yeah, I will just say it's not unusual for them to send warships for these sorts of things.
Yeah. I mean, the Jandieri household has been fighting pirates in there. I mean, it's known. We've seen the propaganda, but we've heard the stories as well, and it's true. They have been fighting pirates for a long time, so they have a strong military base. So it's not a surprise that they've sent a military ship. It's got some good specs. I mean, I can't really share anything with you, but we're talking like 10 weapon systems and some serious crystalline armor. It's a fairly decent. A very decent warship. I don't really know the Minervans, or the Ukarites are too busy pumping their effluent out into space and churning up everything they can. No doubt they want to make trade with the Duchy. I don't think they want to go to war. They've got a war on their hands already. I mean, did you see the thing about the ultimate fighting thing? That's just crazy.
Very bizarre.
That's just crazy. I mean, look, the Republic, it's a good job that we're closely tied with the Republic. Their rangers are, handy, moving around the systems. We have trade deals with them, ship components, only certain things. We don't trade more of our advanced things. We don't give them more advanced jump tries. But we don't really like leaving. We're all here for a purpose. We have a role to fill in our society, so we have no need to go elsewhere. But we are happy for everyone to come here and trade with us, and for us to sponsor people such as yourselves, who are bold, brave individuals, strange as you are, going out into the dark to explore.
So how would one get to meet some of these diplomats?
You'd need to talk to Commander Sloreth about that. Put in something with the station authorities. I mean,
if you could point me in the right direction, I would be much obliged.
I could make a digital introduction.
That would be fantastic.
Sure. Okay. I just need your credentials, and then I can.
I will provide them. You know,
He looks at the. Oh,
the title and everything.
yeah. Oh, so you are. So you know this. Surely, then. I mean, sorry. Maybe I'm being presumptuous, but it says here that you're noble within the Sudanican.
I am, yes. I was granted title for military service.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, look, I'll tell you what. I don't need to know anymore. I'll pass that on to Commander Slureth, and I'll see about they'll contact your ship if there's anything in the next day or so.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Right. Okay. Because it's getting a little bit late here, I think we're going to wind this up now. So we're going to end with the shipyard tour is over. Kona Carl has got a contact on another docking location for some black market activities. Karen has spoken to Kevin and got a potential link up for some information through Plim. And Plim and Frankie are walking down a corridor towards 10 screeching 8-foot wide killer bats that are flapping in the air with 2 protectors who have stunners. And as you approach and you start sort of making cooing noises, these kind of creatures turn away from the dark corner they're in and look at you with their kind of sharp talons and big teethies kind of looking at you. And we shall finish our episode there.
And this is how Plim dies.
Well, the ship share is transferred, so no. Oh no, that's harsh. Okay, cool. Right. Thank you, players. We don't normally have 6 players, so thank you. I thought it went well though. I thought it was really good, and you're all getting into the Traveller. Thank you to our patrons. A lot of what I've used today has been created in conjunction with patrons and randomly created from the Mongoose Traveller book with my own embellishment. And
I thought you were going to say
on
fair
top of it.
hand for a minute there. I really
No.
did. With my
Wait till
own
episode
fair
3 or
hand.
4. And thank you everyone for joining us in chat. The chat's been going full on. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to see what's been going on.
Yeah, the patrons have been arguing with each other in character.
Oh,
You've
brilliant.
got
Excellent.
like a diplomatic crisis
I love
unfolding
that.
in chat
I love
as we
it
speak.
so
I think
much.
what I need to do is I need to set up one more channel in the Feudal Stars thing, and this is the diplomatic channel, when all the members of the different factions can go in and argue together. And I think I'm going to do that.
Oh,
so
that's wonderful.
so it's fantastic. Thank you,
It's going to be
patrons,
like
for being
Lethal
awesome.
Weapon 2.
Oh god,
It's going to be brilliant. I'm loving it
cool.
already.
Okay, right. Episode 3, Facehuggers, says Aaron Upchurch. No, Aaron, you're a member of the Ogan Republic. Behave like one. Right. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. It's lots of fun. Thank you to Mongoose Publishing for sponsoring our show and for the Great Rift box set for our giveaway. And well done to Sofinio, our winner of that box set. That is absolutely fantastic. Right.
Oh.
Oh.
Happy GM's Day, Pete.
Hey!
The last minute of it.
Yes.
Yay!
Well done
Thanks.
for GMing
It's
on
the last
GM's
minute
Day.
that counts.
Yay! Thanks.
Because it's Gygax's death day, isn't it?
Oh.
Which is International GM Day now, apparently.
Oh, I shall roll a d20 in his honor.
Apparently,
a
there's
15.
a sale.
There you go.
Apparently, there's a sale going on Drive Through RPG,
Oh, and
Ooh.
if there is, use our affiliate link
which I'm sure Pete has somewhere.
somewhere. I can't remember right now. But anyway, please don't forget to check out all our social media. Check out our links on Twitch in the About if you're watching there, and on YouTube in the video description. If you are watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to come and give us a like and a comment, a nice comment, a bad comment. I don't mind either, because a comment is a comment on YouTube at the weekend when this video will be up. check out our Discord, come and talk to us about the shows, and check out our Patreon as well, where our awesome patrons are helping to make Garbler Games even better. And we'll be doing our first monthly podcast at the end of March, which is going to be fantastic. And we're going to be starting playing games with our patrons as well. Not streamed, just fun games. What?
Remember that?
Everything is content. Anyway,
I posted the affiliate link in the comments.
thank you very much, Roger. That's fantastic. Okay, cool. Right. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow,
Spire.
Yes, revolution.
Session 0 character creation. We're going to be making some lovely, lovely drow revolutionaries in a little cabal working together to try and take back the city of Spire from the oppressive high elf overlords that run it. But they'll be starting on the
bastard
streets
high elves.
and don't expect superheroes.
Yeah, it's not gonna be superheroes. It's gonna be
It's
mucky.
not going to be
It's gonna be
superheroes.
mucky.
I've
That's
been
cool.
warming up my proper
That's cool.
EastEnders.
Wicked.
There is
What,
going to be
mate?
some Cockney bollocks all night.
Oh, okay, right. Well, that's going to be awesome. Spire is a fantastic game with a great setting. It's really, it's so
just
rich, and everything about how you build your character and what your
So
characters
creative,
are really
so innovative,
Yeah.
such a brilliant
so good. So good.
setting and system.
And Ben did a one shot before on our YouTube channel, which you can go check out in our one shots playlist with all of our other awesome one shots.
Of course, which is on our podcasts now.
Yeah.
Yes, they're
Cool.
all up on the podcast as well.
100 episodes on the podcast.
Cool.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm going to let these wonderful people go to bed. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll leave you with Millie's wonderful video that shows off the wonderful art of Pat,
hey,
Spider Queen Long. Yeah. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.